Welcome to round 2 of SuperGT 2011. I'm Chris Ford and today I'm joined by Rudy Van Buren from Lowland Lions, Oscar Hardwick and Dominic Engel from Genuine Racing. So this track today is a bit shorter than the last round. Last round we had one of the longer tracks and Live for Speed. Today one of the shorter. It's Blackwood reversed today with the tricky chicane and the tricky downhill starting. I suppose, guys, that the first corner is going to be all important, especially in this qualifying sprint race. Rudy, I'll start with you. How do you think the downhill section is going to affect the cars off the start?
I think it's going to be a really tricky one. You say it's going to be an important one, but I think that everybody should keep their head straight and get through it, and make sure you got a good position in the first run on the back straight to get a good slipstream.
No wind today, thankfully for the drivers. I think that would be an extra complication. Wind did cause a problem in round 1 down to turn number 1. Dominic Engel, you were actually driving that race. Do you think the wind today will, or the lack of it, will actually be of some kind of assistance to the drivers? Would that have been a further added problem for them, especially in turns 1 and turns 3, I suppose?
It should help them, since they can just do what they did in practice and not worry about what might happen with the wind.
Yes, I think that the wind in race 1 caused an incident into turn 1, and we are away on the grid now. And I suppose I'll quickly... Oh, we've got a crash. Lombardi has crashed for player zone. Oh, they're all piling in. This will be a red flag. This will be a red flag. What on earth? Oh, and there's another crash into turn number 3. It looks like the second Gravity, I think the Gravity GT300 car is spun off as well. So that's well, I'm not entirely sure what to say about that. I'd be surprised if they let this go. Anyway, we are apparently still going to continue on with this race. It was a standing start, so I've been caught out slightly. Gahammer leads for the moment for Gravity GT500 down the back straight. See if we can analyse which cars are in worse condition after that pile up into turn number 2.
STO have come off the worst of everybody, now down in last place. They look to be involved and spun round in the turn 1 instant, but not too much damage on that car.
As we come into the chicane for the first time, this is likely to be the place where most people flip, I would say, a dangerous place for most cars into here. It looks like everybody's got through safely. Gahammer across the line leading, Riegler second for Sonic Realms FXR, Schuyler third. But he's going to be passed by Virus around the outside in a brave move into turn number 1 and turn number 2. And that's a good start to the race for them. They're up a few positions already. And of course in this... Oh, we've got a half spinner. Looks like Malkowski for Conquest just managing to save it. 3 wide into turn number 3. But of course the first 5... Oh, we've got another little touch there. Perry Motorsports go round in 3 after Conquest of the Conquest car. So it's all action here, as I kind of suspected it would be in this tight, narrow track. But of course they're all fighting out to be in the top 5 come the end of this race and qualify for the main race, an 84 lap race, sorry, an 80 lap race, 80 laps, so which will not be a standing start, which I think caused the problem into turn number 1, so thankfully, hopefully that won't be repeated again, as we come around to complete the second lap at 27, and Schuyler's gone off, Rudy. Is it in the chicane?
Yeah, it overshot the braking zone and got caught in the wall. Not too much damage, but he did lose the positions.
Seems like he's got very lucky there. We have a battle for 3rd position now. This is rather hectic. Team Virus all over the back of Goik. Goik made the pass apparently. Of course they're starting from the back as they've only just signed up for this race. That's Goik and Nikki Dakovic. I think South of Heaven, sorry, they're called. As they round and toward the back straight again.
Only now getting more apparent who's actually doing what pace, since everyone is now spread out and doesn't have to worry that much about crashing into someone else.
Car 74 actually has jumped the start. Who's that? Is that?
That's Poulin's.
Yes, 74B. Oh, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. It's a Latvian team. They've jumped the start and they've got drive-through penalty to complete, I'd imagine, by the end of this lap. So that's a bit of a blow for them. They're actually the last car in GT300 at the moment who'd be qualifying. So that's going to move. Is that must be Lanzarote Racing Team, I think. Oh no, sorry. Is it? Yes, maybe it is.
Scuderia Gas.
Scuderia Gas. Okay, team names I still haven't learned them from round 1's problems. But so all actually at the start of this race, it's starting to settle down a little bit more now.
Yeah, I'm looking through the cars and all the minor damage they got, but it seems like the number 57, the LLM GT300 car, got the worst damage out of the T1 scrap.
Oh, and I note that Dennis Lint isn't driving this. It's a blow for Last Lap Motorsports. I'm sure they would have expected Dennis to fly through the field for them. It's Rui Pinto at the moment, so it looks like we're not going to see Dennis Lint today. That's a shame. I'd have liked to see him in the FXR for Last Lap Motorsports. I'm sure everybody else would have as well in the commentary box.
Certainly been interesting. Oh, car upside down.
That's
We have a car.
67.
That's a
67.
XR upside down 67 angle of, and he just joined the spectators, so no safety car, it doesn't look like. I'm going to carry on. Goik sets the fast lap of 107.97 in the GT500 class, so they're starting to wind up toward the back of Riegler. Of course, at the moment, with the top 3 really haven't sort of made a bit of a gap for themselves in GT500. An angle of, you're not allowed to leave the pits and go back on track, mate, you're over, your race is over. But it seems as though the top 5 actually is reasonably settled at the moment, unless Tobias Scheurer can catch back up to the battle between Virus and, is that Perry? I think yes, that's Perry, isn't it?
And number 67 still attempting to.
No, nobody's off turn 1. Philip Diaz is trying to alert us somebody's off at turn 1. Oh, was it? Apparently pink car was off.
It does look like it's been into the wall on the left-hand side there, so possible. I wasn't watching
Yes,
at the time.
it's the Latvian team that I'm not even going to bother trying to attempt to pronounce. Who still have not completed their drive through penalty. No damage. Oh no, sorry, there is a bit of damage. It's on the right hand side. No, it's not. It's on the left hand side. I'm having a blonde day today, it seems.
Drag race down the straight between them. Between
It looks like
81.
XR definitely got the legs there.
Got quite a bit of two-wing action there. Must have had a lot today.
And here comes, is that the 63 on LLM GT3? That's Piri Motorsport making the pass.
It's interesting to know, guys, that the Team Virus car has had a problem in this lap and is being passed by Scheurer for, that must be for 4th position, is it? No, it's for 5th actually. It's for 5th. Scheurer back up into the top 5 after his mistake earlier on. Something must have happened to the Team Virus car. Did anybody see that?
Looking at the tire test.
Oh,
Whoa!
collision with 23. It was yeah, it looks as though it was that just a bit of lag there, Rudy.
Yeah, there's no damage to the rear end of the Virus car. I was spectating his car to look at the tire temps and find something where he lost the time in. And I was just about to say that his rear tire temps look quite hot compared to the other ones, so he probably half spun, and then this accident happened.
Huge fight for second in the GT300 class.
Woohoo, 4
involved.
cars. Looks like Dimitriov for Glowing Piston's going to go right outside of the lot of them at the moment as Carl Verdusek comes up the inside for Tiger Express. Don't want to squeeze each other too much. 3 wide up the hill almost. Ooh, don't want to make contact in XRs and turn 1 with that nice little gravel trap on the outside there, but they make it cleanly round there. So far at least. Trying to go for the inside gap there. For too slow.
Now it's Lobato who's sizing up a look for what would be 4th position.
Because these guys are in the top 5. Yeah, they are. So if they continue to race like this, Makalowski for Conquest will catch them and possibly overtake them at the moment they're in. bit of interest. Oh, he's flashing his lights. Okay. I was trying to work out why his rear-facing lights were coming on, but he's flashing his lights. His number 60 there to the back straight.
Virus cars are retired.
The 74 about to get lapped by the
GT300,
GT500 leaders, and on another point, the 67 that rejoined after rolling is still racing around the track.
Yeah,
3 laps into his new stint, I think we could probably call it.
Oh, contact in one. Lansrod and FCR. Yeah, it was number 60 and 70 into T1. They went side by side into made some lag contact, and the Lansrod car and the number 60 spun and continued their way now.
Now they're both outside the top 5, just as we were saying, that they looked as though that they were battling hard for on track when they didn't really need to, and now that's let Bertoni up into that position, and Makalowski as well for Conquest, but still looks like they're all battling hard for these minor positions. Mafia Racing now would be into the top 5 now, in 5th spot in GT500. 300, oh good grief. And why have we got another car joining the track very late in this race? A late arrival, what thinks he can still get into the top 5 from 8 laps down. As Lovato goes for the position. Bertoni squeezing!
The lead
The lead is just
GT300
gone.
cars time out.
That's TDRT out of it.
Indeed it is. Well, that's a massive shame for them, because they were quite comfortably ahead of everybody else and looking good in GT300 today. As Bertoni gets on the grass there, fighting over this last position in GT300.
Not the last position anymore, is it?
This is the top 5.
He is comfortably in the top 5. He's got a good 5/6 over Nariada. Yeah, Nariaho.
Yeah, Bertoni is the 5th car in the GT300, so if they're smart, they'll do strange things they're comfortably in.
Cole Ralston looking to make a move for the lead of GT300. Here he goes into the chicane. Oof.
And
not
through he
wanting to
goes.
make a move there.
Of course, Tiger Express were very competitive at round 1, but they suffered ill fortune with timeouts. We reduce that into the lead now, 3rd to 1st with one lap, with concerning the timeout from TDRT. Dimitrov seems to want to lead the lead back though. Don't really need to fight that hard, these two though. Oh, Dimitrov, that very wide. Yeah, exactly what I was saying there. If he gets a little bit wide there, that could have really screwed him up, because he could have been dropping outside the top 5, because this class is actually remarkably close looking at it still. I mean, it's still one mistake away from this top 2 being out of the top 5 at the moment, as we've seen with the collision that has happened before. So Dimitrov just needs to calm down a little bit and just accept second places now, as Makalowski closes in at 3rd.
While all of that with the GT300's going on, we see Scheuer having a hard time lapping one of the GT300 cars into T1. Good
Yeah, that
news,
was-
back to
Whoa!
6th place.
Whoa, sorry to interrupt, Rudy. I think Hammers just had a lag contact with car 63 on the back straight, because all of a sudden this car appeared. I was on board with Hammer, and all of a sudden this car appeared. Riegler has to dive bomb in, and Bertoni's up on the wall. Dimitrov has run wide, and it's all going off here, and the lap cars are coming through in the GT500. Dimitrov has run wide, and it looks as though he's going to drop back behind Maklowski, and this is all going on. Lobato seems to oh no! Big crash! As the Gravitic are trying to come through, and Riegler's going for the lead now. GT500, it's all go. This narrow, winding track, it's all gone wrong for the cars being lapped and the cars doing the lapping. It was so close between them all, and that was well, I don't really know what to say about that. It looked as though 3 cars tried to fit into a gap for 1.
Well, it's just proof that if there are 7 cars battling for that sort of a position in one piece of track, especially where it's somewhere like Blackwood that's so fast and narrow, it's just not going to happen. Something's got to give, and in that case, it was Makalowski for Conquest.
Hammer tried to lap 2 cars from the middle, and they just both closed the gap on him.
As he goes Riegler for the lead, as they come up behind Reset, who moves as far out of the way as he possibly can. Riegler for the lead in GT500.
It's all scrap with the lapping on the start-finish straight. Did put the LLM GT300 car in a position again where he possibly could qualify for the race, because he is going for 6th position in the chicane and makes it. So that could be an interesting one.
Yeah, Mikulowski just lost out huge amounts there in that collision there, because he got spun round on the straight. He's having, well, it looks as though he's having tyre issues. His right rear in particular, he went right around on the start-finish straight. He's having to just get out of the way of the GT500 coming through there. That GT500 took a very straight line, so he expected the GT300 just to move. And right behind them, I see Lombardi and Schuyler passing Linda. Going side by side in turn number 1, so it looks as though lapping is going to be very, very hard in this race.
23 almost having a collision with the LLM GT300 car. Turn 2.
Schuyler almost getting boxed in there behind a GT300 on the back straight as Lombardi tries to come through. Lombardi gets up inside and takes the position away. We got another car spectating and rejoining. It's 74. That's the pink Latvian car who had the stop-go penalty, I think.
I imagine that will have been down to some damage and lack of willpower. But they've decided to pit and carry on in the hope that it's just a small penalty, which I'm fairly sure it's not for this league, especially in the qualifying race.
In fact, he's going to spin now. He manages to hold it. He almost... No, this isn't going to end well. This isn't going to end well. Get out of the way, son. Don't go on the grass, though. This is a bit dangerous at the moment. He's trying to get out of the way of everybody by sort of staying to the side of the track and getting as far away as he can. But now he's in the middle of the road. This is getting dangerous as the cars go up to lap, and this is a massive train here. This might be worth watching as Lombardi makes a dive on Schuyler again. Schuyler must have got back past again. But this little train here with a car that's sort of trundling around trying to stay out of the way of people is not exactly useful.
And meanwhile, Riegler took over P1 in GT500 because it looks like the graft car got a bit of tire temperature problems. Maybe it has something to do with the contact they made on the start-finish straight.
Yeah, there's a bit of damage on that car. I also think he had a lag contact just before all that with another car that was in the middle of the road and suddenly appeared. So it was a horrible chain of events for Graph 2. I wonder if we'll get
battle for the GT300 lead. As Lobato is putting quite a lot of pressure on Round2 now. He ran wide in turn 1, looks to be struggling a bit with front end grip on that XRR.
Yeah, I just checked them on the start straight, and there was still like 6-7 tenths between them, but there's happened something. And I think
I'm pretty sure
the car can give it a good shot now on the straight.
Pretty sure it was Roundset running wide in turn 1, although Lobato's put himself in a pretty compromised position there, not getting the run, especially with an XRR up ahead of you. You're just going to fall back even further.
Used to be pretty stable on the straight though. Oh, there's a car. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Which way will the virus car? Is he going to have to go around the outside into the chicane? That'll not help reduce that by any stretch of the imagination. For the virus car running a little bit wide in the chicane puts Lobato right on the back of Reducep as we come down toward the pit straight. Oh, Reducep! Reducep backs it into the wall. Got a wheel on the grass, and away he goes. Now, where's he going to feed out? He's going to be miles behind. He's got to make up all that ground that he made up in the early stages all over again. He's going to be battling Dimitrov and Pinto going around the outside. So where's that put him? 14th overall. 7th place. 6th place. He's only 2 places to make up in 12 laps, but it looks as though his rear tyres, his right rear tyre, is certainly taking a fair amount of heat, and he's struggling at the moment to get that under control again. As Gahammer's actually taking the lead back. We've missed this. Gahammer's taking the lead back off of Riegler in GT500. Still looks as though he looks to have lower tyre pressures overall than Riegler. Riegler's tyres look a bit icy. Hang on, let's check the compound. 4-3 for Riegler.
3R2 for Gahammer.
Aha! So Gahammer are going for better heat, really. Sorry, better end pace, really, and better start pace in many respects.
I guess
The
Gahammer there
tires
really is.
just look wrong.
Talking about tyres, the current P5 guy in the GT500, number 23, has completely wrapped rear tyres and now gets into a fight with Lombardi for the 5th place. He's definitely struggling to keep that car in a straight line going into turns. That right rear tyre is definitely 120, 130 degrees.
Lombardi should be able to have this one on the next straight because Vasquez just cannot get the power down off of any of the corners. Always very sideways there again.
In contact is not the best way to get past though, but Lombardi should be able to get in the draft and ease past into the chicane. He must have been continuously sliding at some point to get that. But I think the cambers also look wrong on that car as well, because look at the left front. It just looks a bit cold.
Yeah,
everything looks wrong. Well, he's not gonna roll. He almost rolls in the final chicane there as well. So
if he had rolled an FZR in the final chicane, I would have been particularly impressed.
Well, from what I know, he's done it.
LLM car goes
before.
Sorry to interrupt, but the LLM GT300 car went into 5th position going into the chicane.
Yes, Dimitrov again slipping back there. It's been a hard last few laps for him. But that's maybe we will be seeing Dennis Lind driving for Last Lap Motorsports after all. Phil Diaz is telling us that Carl Rodusep is further back, and he is. I saw him struggling around out the final hairpin, so maybe Carl Rodusep has had another spin or another moment. In fact, yes, he lost another few seconds on that lap alone. So Rodusep really looking as though it's not going to be a good race again for Tiger Express this weekend, despite looking as though they've had a good pace.
Well, when your tyres start going off, and especially when you have an accident like that, when you're in such a strong position, you've got your rhythm going, you can just lose all sense of where you're at and what you need to be doing with the car. And I don't know, he's probably in the wrong place now psychologically to get any further back up. His race is probably over unless there's a large accident ahead of him. Phil Diaz reminding us once again that Rui Pinto is currently the 5th position car for the GT300.
Fight for 2nd in GT500 coming up.
Yeah, Gahammer's dropped back again.
We seem to be getting caught up with GT300 every time something big happens in GT500. But as well pointed out, Goik is just about pulled in Gahammer now. It looks like Gahammer's made some sort of mistake, because there's no way he would have just been overtaken and lost that amount of time. So,
well,
Gahammer's
very hot tyres earlier.
True, but he was making them work. He was going faster than Riegler was on the hot tyres through the majority of that mid-race section. But I don't know, he might not have made a mistake, he might just be struggling at this stage. It'll be interesting to see what Goik does.
Just doesn't seem to be able to put the power down and onto the back straight as well as the FXR, obviously with the 4-wheel drive. Always loses in just that car length that he would need for a draft.
Three-way fight for the GT500 right now, since Riegler went off into the last turn. Now he's going side by side with Gahammer into T1, and Riegler made contact. The winner of it is Goik, who gets the 2nd place, Gahammer in P1, and Riegler dropped back to 3rd. On top of that, it seems like they're going to catch the GT300 around lap 25-26. to lap them again. So this is going to be an interesting fight all the way to the line.
Vincent Lombardi with surprise fastest lap of GT500 there.
Only XR in the race. GT500 XR in the race, that is. Just about a bit too far away for the slipstream.
A three-way fight down the back straight, and Gahammer's front tire is really hot. So we'll see how he can make it stick through the hairpin.
Its top speed doesn't seem to be that great. Just about the same as the FXRs around him.
Yeah, he was missing about 4 to 5 kph the previous time I was checking him down straight, down the back straight.
In FZR has got restriction, 1% restriction, but not gonna do that much, I think.
It could be that they're running a little bit higher wings to get better times through the first half of the track. But it probably works when they're driving in P1, but to get through the field when people are close to the same pace, it's really difficult.
Large three-way battle forming for 6th position in the GT300 class, with the Makalowski and Dimitriov all right together coming onto the backstretch. I can see a lot of action going on into the chicane this time around as Makalowski gets the run.
Go goes for it. Going next to Gahammer on the back straight. Spa F1 memories. Two-way around the back marker, and we see that Gahammer has a little bit higher top speed. He's going to make this one stick. Yes, he does. Going dives for it and goes through. They make contact. Does he keep it in a straight line? Yes, he does. Three wide
for the lead.
Contact again. Rieger on the inside. Gahammer on the right. And Goik drops back. And there's happened something in GT300. 2 cars off in T1.
That's Conquest
out of race.
Fighting for 6th. Coming up to the end of that lap, there's obviously been a contact between them, and it looks like between Dimitriov, he's gone right the way back and is sliding back everywhere. Very hot rear tyres on that FXR. Lots of damage.
GT500 goes on. Goik passed Gahammer just after the first split. Let's see if Gahammer has enough speed to get through in the straight. We know he has a few kph more in there. Wonder if he can get by.
Hammer actually resorting to using the handbrake at the moment to get around that final corner. Goik, did I say Goik? I meant Hammer.
Yeah, I think this time around Goik will extend the gap a bit and make sure that Hammer doesn't have a shot at him anymore. With 3 laps to go, he actually still has a good shot at taking the overall win in this qualification race.
As Ryder catches onto the back end of the top 5 of the GT300 pack, Rui Pinto quite a way back. Then the next guy's up the road.
Not a very pleasant track to lap people on when you're fighting for position.
And that's Bertoni getting sideways. I think the GT300 lead battle here. Lobato and Bertoni. Mafia and Scuderia Gas. Both putting on a good show, not crashing into each other too much at the moment, just keeping it close, and I think Bertoni waiting for an opportune moment to pounce. Right behind him here, looking to the inside. No contact, backs out it sensibly there. Lost quite a bit of ground doing so. Open up the gap, giving Lobato quite a bit of breathing space.
Seems like Goik is going to have a hard time at the back straight again, because Gahammer closed in. Well, Goik almost spins into the grass, does he keep it in a straight line? He continues, but loses the place to Gahammer. Now P4 is coming from behind again. But that gap seems big enough to keep for him.
It could be close for the next straight now.
And the GT300 league keeps continuing battling. This time the XRR does have a really good run on the FCR down the next straight. Meanwhile, they are getting lapped by the GT500 leader, and I wonder if those two know that they're actually going into their last lap. Passing start finish now. And the XRR goes past, so it's number 81 leading the GT300, number 70 behind.
Ooh, looks like the hammer's getting through the traffic again. Bertoni getting caught by Lobato.
Goit got passed by number 17. After a little scrape in the grass, the pace seems to drop a bit.
Yeah, maybe just taking it easy at the end of the race. They are safe in fourth by the looks of it.
Yeah, but meanwhile you were
Goit's
eighth for a
being
bit.
pushed back to the rear of the 17 car. Lapping.
So really what did him when I was AFK?
Well, meanwhile you were gone. Goit was actually up to second place, but in a little scrap down the front straight where they went 3 wide. He dropped the position again, then eventually went off onto the back straight into the grass and then dropped back to fourth. Although he now grabbed P3 again.
As Riegler comes across the line to take the sprint race, and he will be on the grid. As will Gehaber in second after an eventful race. Third place for Goit eventually. Fourth for Covenant. And Lombardi looks like he's going to take the final GT500 place in fifth. Tony wins in GT300. Lobato second. 202 slow car 60 finishing third. Fourth, Risley for Piri. And the final place looks as though it's taken by Last Lap Motorsports. So Dennis Lynn, get your racing gloves in the ready. You are needed, son.
I think Dennis has a different recipe to preparing for the race, but I wish him good luck with it, and I hope he has some exciting things going on in it.
So now we will, I think it's a 10-minute break we will take before the actual qualifying session, which will again be on 2 different servers, so our efforts will be diluted, and we'll all pop onto different servers and watch the sessions for you. So we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll just take a quick break for now. back.
Yeah, we're just about to start the qualifying. Almost everybody ready up for it.
Alright, we're no longer on a break, are we? Shall I go over to to the GT300 session?
I'm in the GT500 at the moment. Actually, a good detail has been told to not use the runoff in the last turn for some extra speed. Seen multiple races where people did use that. The fight already begins. Who gets the first track position? People hitting each other already in the pit lane.
We've not started over here yet. So we will now.
And the server is right, they're weaving around the back straight now.
Okay, we're underway now, and we're trying to go 5 wide out the pit lane. This isn't going to work over here. I can just tell.
Same like here. They're just hitting each other already out of the pit box.
So, a 20-minute qualifying session before our hour-and-a-half race. As everybody jostles for a position on both servers to try and find a good gap. It's going to be quite hard, I would imagine, for a lot of these teams to find a decent gap because this track is just so small. Especially for the GT500s, really, because they're taking laps in about 67 seconds.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be tight, especially after the first round of pit stop when people are on the run or on the out lap and those two gap in between. There are definitely going to be some people not happy and being held up. Because if I do remember correctly, you're not allowed to shift B, right?
No, you can shift B, I think. Yes, you definitely can shift B. In this qualifying session, you can.
Ah, that's a mistake on my side.
Oh, hello! Jostling for position almost caused us a big crash. I think, we had 2 cars on the chicane. I think it was Capel and Kistner, I think it was, slowing down trying to get room, and Ivanhoe for Genuine Racing decided, I'm not slowing down, I'm going to use the curb and the gravel to overtake both of you. So their efforts to try and get a good lap in at the start have kind of been ruined a little bit now. Oh, and I've just noticed the first car to complete a lap is going to be Preparation Man, Densland.
The times up here are pretty close for now. We see that P3 and 4 are separated by 200 of a second. So it's looking promising for the rest. I get information from my teacher about commentating. Give more names. I was actually talking about Mr. Trolley and Frederick Hammer, who are separated by 200 of a second. Current poles hit up Loaded Lions, second Gen R, third Speedo, fourth Graft, and fifth the new called SOH team from Dakovic and Goik.
Yeah, no VHD has been close as well, though it's Kistner from Core Racing at 13.15. I expect times in the 12s to be pole position though. Antonsen from Sonic Realms 13.52 and Mangano, number 61, third. Just half a second so far covering them. But I do expect 12s. I would be surprised if we didn't get a 12 in this qualifying session. Interesting to note that Dennis Lint is going for a sort of mini stint, I think, on his FXR's tyres. See if he pits at the end of the squad. It's been slightly quicker. He takes a more direct route to the line this time over on this server and does a quicker. No, he doesn't actually do a quicker time. So Dennis struggling a bit with his FXR's times there at the moment. I think he would want to go a lot faster than he has at the moment with the 1371.
Frederick the Hammer just rolled his FXR in the last chicane, so they're definitely doing everything out possible to get the fastest way possible through there. Currently place 2 to 5 is separated by 1/10 of a second in here, including all 3 of the car types, so it's looking promising for the race that we can actually see all 3 the types have a good shot at the win.
And over here we've seen 12s at last. Pitkanen. I'm never good to finish names as people know after calling Matti Vegvari last race. I got in trouble for that one, but anyway. Pitkanen has done 12.84 and Kistner has done 12.86, so I think we're starting to see times that are more of what I'd expect. As for some reason Last Lap Motorsports GT300 team has come to this server. Don't know why. Our winners from round 1 in the GT300, Roman Friscops and the Lions at the moment on track for them, has yet to set a time at the moment. He seems to be having trouble in the final chicane. There's a little bit of pressure with 30 minutes to go, but not overly. And for some reason we have a car getting kicked from the server now, so it's all going interestingly over here.
Yeah, it's becoming really close here in front with Nicky Dakovic putting the car in second position, only 400 of a second away from the current pole by Matti Ventjärvi to stay into the finish names. Core is currently P3, got Janar at 4, Speedo at 5, and Racestart Convertible at 6, but the times are extremely close up front. With 11 minute 50 to go, there's still a lot that can be changed.
Oh, Friscops has finally completed a lap, but he's gone straight to the top of the timing sheets with a 12.80. We're now got 5 hours in that 1 minute 12, so, and within a 1/10 of a second of each other. So crikey, this could be very, very close in GT300 as well. This track really does promote close racing. It'll be certainly interesting, having seen what happened when cars were being lapped in the first part of this weekend's racing, in the sprint race. What might actually happen in the feature race, because they're going to get lapped a lot more times. They should be remaining reasonably close. Hopefully we won't have another incident like whatever we saw with Hammer and Conquest in the race. Our ever wonderful I'm not going to bother with that. Our ever faithful earpiece Phil Diaz tells us they should get lapped 6 times in this race. Oh dear, but the point kind of gone now.
Oh, your picture is complete. If you just once more try to pronounce the finish name.
Oh no, we're not going there. I could see Evelyn, kind of, but that's probably wrong as well. So I don't really feel like having Simon Cattell coming breathing down my neck again for daring not to be able to speak Finnish names as well as he can. So
Yeah, but with that Simon, he lacks in other things. So
most other things. Anyway.
yeah, you were noticing that about 12 cars were within 1 second in your server. Up here we got the current top 13 within 6.5 tenths. So it's surprisingly close.
Yeah, the top 8, 9 are within 4 tenths, just well 4.5 tenths of each other in the server. So it really is, especially hopefully this carries on for the race because it would be rather exciting and amusing to watch in many respects. So just less than 2 seconds covering the whole server, with Angelo in the XRR for number 67 who scraped in the sprint race, being last at the moment. Dennis Lint surprisingly miles away at the moment in 14th, still within a second of the front, but I expect more from Dennis. Come on Dennis, come on Dennis.
I think he listened to you and grabbed his gloves before the race. Up here we actually see that chorus. Oh, we see that Gen R gets to the pole. Grabs the pole by 6/100 of a second. That puts LLL car in P2, SOH in 3 and Core in 4.
Watching the Gen R car in practice, their race car looked stable as a nut. It was very, very, very good to watch. So they should be, I think they're looking strong for the race. Listening to the cars in GT3 is always interesting, and there's one that's sort of caught my eye, and it's the Savage car. Their gearing sounds a bit less than optimal at the moment. It's got that sort of deep rasping FZR noise at the moment, and it just sounds as though it's not quite.
Oh damn! The LLL car is in a really good lap with a faster second split than any other so far, but flipped it in the last chicane. So we got 7 minute 50 to give it another go.
I'm surprised we only saw one car, wasn't it? One car flip in the sprint race, because that chicane is very, very, very bad for XRs and FXRs. We didn't actually see anybody flip in the chicane. We saw somebody flip on turn 4, the quick other chicane, which happens when you sort of wrap the car around the curb in many respects. So I wouldn't be at all surprised if something did happen in the chicane in the race.
And up here people are making friends, seeing that the Sonic Realism car badly hells up the car from Nicky Dakovic into the last turn, which clearly cost him time, and he still no, he doesn't manage to improve his time. There's definitely something to blame for that.
In fact, over here we have Friskop's going faster again. He had to go faster because Kistner for Core had put in a 12.75, and Friskop's went and beat that by a tenth and a half almost. So Friskop's really looking like he's the one to beat in this qualifying session so far. Top 4 all within 0.2 of a second of each other. Top 5 actually 2.5 tenths. So it's really looking competitive over here.
Yeah, same here. We got Trolle and Kovana, both with a 7.40. Chase by Hammer with a 7.42. Phil Rose in P8 behind that with a 7.46. So it's absolutely super close. While Maddie Manjarafi comes sliding through the last sector, with a really good second split. Will it be enough to grab the pole? No, it's not. Actually slower than his previous time. The slide was probably slightly too big, which actually cost him time instead of getting the perfect turn moment. And here we see that the core car is lagging pretty badly, up to 6-7 seconds disappearing in the straight. So I hope for them that it's not going to be worse in a race, because that can cause some naughty incidents.
As up to the line goes Friscop, so I'm watching again, and Friscop's I think he's about to beat his own time, and he does with a 12.58.
And Joku flipped this car, as the upside down car. And eventually the core car did time out of the server now. The current pole sitter in GT300 rolls in the last chicane. Well, we also see that the P2 Matti on the RV also aborts his lap, while the P3 goes into another one. Hopefully this time without traffic, so it can chase for pole position again. I don't know if it's possible that our commentator man goes on board with the car, so we can actually talk through a lap. Frederick Hammer is starting his lap right now, so I'm waiting for the sign in my ear if it's possible to go on board with him. So I get the sign that we're on board. See him getting smooth through T1. So is T2. And meanwhile the core car lost connection again to the server. Frederick getting a max out of the curb signs there. Surprisingly, the first bit looks really smooth, but it's still 3/10 away from what the FCR and the XR cars run there. But now the strong part should come with the hairpin. Flying over the curbs, rolls it.
Ah, great. The great end to an on-board lap.
That was actually the reason why I asked for an FXR, because that is the best opportunity for some exciting end. And Lombardi rolls it, while actually being on a really good split. As we see the speeder car going just past the first bit now, we really see that they're already 3/10 quicker than the FXR from the Graf team on that point. Just touching the grass into the back straight. While Matti gets the pole just behind Robin Heinemann across the start-finish line. Heinemann actually took the pole with a new PB, but Matti was behind him and went underneath it by 600 of a second. So there's some last minute PVs going on here. I'm quite surprised to see the race car down in 8th position. It's really close, but he seems to be struggling quite a lot in the last split each lap. He's currently 4 tenths down, and that while being the current points leader after winning the first round. Well, the last two flying laps attack from Lowland Lions and Gen R did spread up the front a bit time-wise. They're currently 2 tenths quicker than P3, being held by Niki Dakovic, who's only 100 of a second away from the core car in P4.
Over here we've seen Dennis Lit in a mad scramble to try and get a good lap in, being blocked by Angelov and car 67? Wait, hang on.
And seeing the splits of the current cars who are still in a lap in the last moment of the qualifying, it seems like that it's over and the pole has been taken by the Lowland Lion car driven by Matti Wanjarvi. Second place Robin Heierman, third place Niki Dakovic, fourth Mr. Falk, P5 by Trolley, 6 Kovana, 7 Gahammer, 8 Mr. Rose, 9 by Lombardi, and 10th by, oh, there comes the finish test, Tuttiarvi. Whoa, I hope it was close.
Okay, so that's our session just finished now as well. Robin Friscox on pole position for Lone Lions, followed by Speedo, Sonic Realms, Course that went to 4th. There was a late flurry allowed actually from Sonic Realms and Speedo actually over here. 8,000 of a second, Speedo were away from taking pole position. Less than 2 tenths covering top 4. In 5th position it's Pitkanen for Vortex. In 6th Piri, 7th Gen R, 8th GTS, 9th Mafia Racing, 10th. This is where I start to fail on driver names again. Ristolainen, I'll call him Ristolainen. Then Manago in 11th, Kapal 12th, Dennis Lint was actually 13th for last lap motorsports. Labato, who was impressive in the sprint race, 14th, Tekala in 15th, and the car that should not be Angelov, who for some reason spectated in the first race, decided to come on the server and block Dennis Lint as he started his last lap. So it's some courtesyful driving from Angelov in car 67. Anyway, we all go to the main server now.
And right now we see all the drivers just having their after race chat after the qualifying, and in about, what is it, 8 to 10 minutes we'll see the race starting. Because of that, me and the co-commentators are gonna get some drinks and we'll go to the commercials and catch you just before the start of the second Super GT race of this season. I see.
Apparently we have returned, as Rudy and I were just discussing team names and all the different ones that we have in Live for Speed now. Considering Rudy, your speech impediment comes back. You're mostly doing iRacing these days, Rudy. How's that going for you at the moment?
Well, the focus at the moment is getting myself into DWC as quickly as possible. The only route available for that is through the Pro Series, which I've had about 3 weeks now. I missed one of them, had a 4th and an 8th place, so that's twice solid points, and it's looking good. But the whole iRacing scene does take up a lot of time. But seeing all this stuff going on with LFS, that makes me have a double feeling, like missing the 2.5, 3 years full of LFS and having a lot of fun.
As the grid slowly forms, we've lost one of our commentators. Dominic Angle has had to go and drive the genuine racing car from second position on the grid. Wonder how he's feeling right now, probably quite stressed.
Yeah, I've had that once myself, which position he is now, and that just causes stress. And the first few laps will be strange, but after that you'll probably settle in and get going.
This race will be a rolling start this time. How do you think, considering we saw a crash in turn 1 in the sprint race, how do you think that's going to affect the way that the field go down into turn 1 this time? Of course, it's a double form again, but I suppose it will be slightly quicker than the on-standing start, won't it? Do you think that'll cause another incident?
I'm quite sure about that. I think we'll get sort of WTCC rolling start kind of style. Previous race wasn't good, but I expect worse in this one. The only good thing is that the GT300 guys have a slight better chance of getting through now because of the split start. But I guess in both classes there's at least going to be 1 or 2 cars pointing the wrong way. If it's not T1, it will be T2.
I think last time this track was used for an endurance race would be GTL 2009, where we had a car from 17th on the grid deciding it wanted to lead into turn 1 and decided to jump the start and overtake everybody. Start was still given for some reason and it caused a crash in turn 1. Hopefully that won't happen today.
I remember that one. They actually asked me that back then to drive the safety car and asked me polite to not drift the FZ5 during the opening lap.
That'd be Deco, so would that be Deco? So Deco asking him politely. Are you sure it was polite? Are you sure it wasn't a ranting and raving thing?
Yeah, I was so polite to get it a bit sideways in the warm-up lap.
Then what was he shouting at you? Ellis, Ellis, Ellis. Just as an instinctual reaction.
Safety car problems.
Hopefully the start here should be cleaner than it was in the qualifying race earlier on.
Well, while you were gone, me and Chris actually talked about the start, and we came to the point where we think there's going to be more crashes this time. But I truly hope you're right.
I hope so. I'm just thinking that whilst there'll probably be contacts and a couple of spins, there's going to be less cars going into turn 1 at any one time. And they'll all be of the same class. Hopefully it'll all go well, but you just don't know, especially not when you're throwing this many drivers who are all fighting for points and position. And it's not that long a race if you think about it. There have been longer races. If you look at GTAL, you get 3 6-hour endurances where you can actually size up the opposition for a number of hours, whereas here you've got an hour and a half, and it's just not ideal for putting yourself in a tactical position.
As the grid starts to ready up, we get the green flag off the administration team. No, they're just testing everything works. It does work. At the last race, we actually saw in the GT300, as you can see on the screen, that the red flag, the green flag messaging for GT300 is in red, and that caused quite a few drivers to get a little bit confused and not go anywhere.
Come to a complete stop.
Yes, it was a interesting start all round after the continuous start line collisions that we seem to be having. Hopefully today the drivers will all sort of understand which side of the track they're supposed to be on this time and won't try to go very, very tight into the last chicane together, as we saw in the last race with the last chicane. And hopefully we'll have a good start. Here we go then, I suppose.
(1820) UTC, and the grid has formed up onto the track rather than just in the gridding screen. Stuart Baker to lead them round in the IGTC safety car today.
Oh, it's a favourite Finnish word of mine on pole position, name of mine, Matti Ventjärvi. Did I get that right this time? Ventjärvi. Oh god, this is absolutely pointless. As we get underway for this formation lap.
It sounds like, Chris, that you may have struggled with certain pronunciations of names in the past.
Thank you, Oscar. You know this all too well.
Well, it's fair enough. I mean, even iPods don't understand your accent on occasion, so... For those that are interested, that was in the news the other week.
I don't have a very strong accent.
Don't have a very strong accent, this is true.
If we had Michael Booth back doing commentary, then sure everybody would be far more confused.
Far more confused, but completely happy to hear his soothing, gravelly and not particularly clear voice across TeamSpeak through the internet.
Oh, there's been a crash!
Exactly. Anyway, I imagine we should stop being horrible to Michael Booth. I say horrible, just in general.
Yeah, getting back to the race, we actually see that Goik and Dakovic both their car in third position while being qualified through the qualifying race. This proves that if you just smart through the qualifying race, you can still have a really good shot at getting the best out of the real race.
Yes, Nicky Dakovic was unlucky in round 1 in many respects with this incident on the first lap, which was just 3 cars trying to pile into one little gap, and then drove back through the field, and his teammate Thomas Noziek, at the time with 3ID, which was where Dakovic started the season, had somebody phoning his house or something, and apparently he knows instantly when somebody phones his house, as Conquest we believe has spun. In fact, yes they have. Conquest will, I don't know, I think they'll start from the back now. Here we go. It looks as though we're going to get the green flag, aren't we? As we go up through the start-finish
The
rate.
back end of the GT500 grid is miles away.
Yeah, I think that's the confusion caused by the Conquest. Will we get the green flag? I think we will get the green flag, and away we go. Engel seems to have got a good run in Lowland Lines down to turn 1, but I think they're going to make it through cleanly, and it's just remaining grid order so far. Engel with a bit of slide. Lowland Lines clear out in front. Toss of Einen trying to go around the outside. Djakovic down into turn 3. And Campar's going to spin up, but it's remarkably clean apart from that.
Looking back to the GT300 start, as they go green, Friscops leading them away for LLL. A double pole position for them can only be nice.
Oh, it looks like Ivanov is going to steam up the inside there. I'm surprised there was not more contact there. Ivanov making a very big dive into turn number 2. I heard contact slightly further back, but I think they've made it through as well. It seems as though they have. The straddling car,
the 61 car.
Yeah, 61 has had a problem. Mangano has had a problem in their player zone.
P2 GT500, we see the core car attacking Dominic Engel into the chicane and making the pass around the outside.
Yeah, Core Racing gives a very strong start to this race, 4th to 2nd, but in the first lap. Dakovic slightly further back. Engel has another slide out the hairpin. But, look at Gervais!
And
using the FXRs. amazed that even if the FXR, that he's able to stay alongside Dakovic and into turn 1, but Dakovic manages to hold him off. And Yarantu runs very wide through the draft, and Trolley's going trying up the inside. Ooh, a bit of lag there on the third there, but Trolley's up in 6th position now.
Covenant and Rose very side by side through this section of the track.
Corbin's going to run into Phil
back.
Rose, so he's going to spin himself though. Took way too much curb in the first part there for going side by side.
Yeah, that
Oh, it almost takes out Cam Parton who tries to rejoin the track.
was particularly close. GT300 spreading out substantially nicer than the GT500s, all in single file, no one really doing anything. But
Knops and Blasco going side by side into the chicane there. Nice and clean though so far,
I
mostly.
wonder if Dennis is going to do something into the chicane this lap.
he looks like he's got a bit of a run picking.
Yeah, he got a run on him. We know that Dennis is up for
Bit of racing.
exciting moves now and then.
Oh, he's
But at
got
this
to move
point,
down
he's
long
already,
before,
he's
actually.
already passed before the chicane, so I guess...
The FXR should just be a bit stronger, especially going in. So, yeah, that's not a problem for him. He can now focus on getting past Louis Barbosa.
Yeah, Dennis Lynn's had a fantastic start there, guys. Really looking racy in this race. Last time Motorsports were complaining that they had a lack of top-end speed with their qualifying setup. Doesn't seem to be affecting them too much in the race so far. Dennis Lynn all the way up there already.
Yeah, it's currently sitting in, is that 6th position in class for Dennis Lynn, which is by no means a bad position for LLM to be in, especially at this stage of the race.
And look at Giovansu and Dakovic. Giovansu and Dakovic going side by side down to the chicane. Giovansu has the position and is up in the 4th place. Dakovic going slightly backwards at the start of this race.
Ooh, and a bit of contact there between Dakovic and Giovansu. Barbosa has got a run on Ivanov. I've been corrected very quickly. Probably punishment for me being horrible to Paul.
Oh, that's going to be some damage. Surely Ivanov's right through the tires there in the chicane. Barbosa hits him on the back. Dennis Lynn has surely got a run on him now. Ivanov taking so much time. How has he got away with that? That's unbelievable how solid that suspension is. But it looks like Dennis Lynn is going to have a run on Barbosa. I don't think he's quite going to be able to make it through in turn 1 and 2 though. He's going to have to bide his time and try and get him on the next lap. But that's a nice little train forming there, guys.
Especially with everyone else sort of trying to latch onto the end here. Picknen, I'm not going to attempt the name of the number 63 car, but Piri Motorsports and Lobato just about clinging onto that group.
Meanwhile, while we are focusing on GT300 medals, we see that in GT500, Matti got already a 4.1 second gap to P2. And from there on, it does seem to be close, and we see that Dominic Engel, who just jumped in the car without knowing about 5 minutes before the race, is doing a solid job hanging on to the 3rd place.
Appears the Speedo Racing also passed Dakovic on that lap as well. But interestingly enough, back our race 1 and championship leaders, Race Star Convertible, are in 8th position and really are coming under severe pressure from Blasco. This is a hell of a train actually for GT500, and it looks as though Blasco is actually going to be overtaken himself by Knops down the back straight toward the chicane. Yeah, Knops around. Can Blasco go back in the draft and try and overtake him before the chicane again? No, he's going to go for it. I thought he was going to leave that one off, but no, he decides and thinks better of it. Knops getting very wide in the chicane. Blasco back up the inside for the hairpin. Has to leave room there. Knops doesn't really. Collision. Yep, Knops really didn't leave much room there for Blasco, who had every right to go for that, I think. But Blasco's still got the run on him down toward turn 1, and Tomczyk is going to come through as well. Here we go. This could be spectacular to watch. Woo!
All being very patient and good with each other just there.
Yeah,
I
it
wonder
appears
if
that.
P1 cars on a different strategy, because only in, I mean a GT500 plus, because only in the first split you already take 7/10 out of core and genuine, while Dominic Engel keeps getting pressure onto the core car, but just ends up short and kind of extra straight.
It's interesting you say that because the race one Dan Slender myself thought that race star convertible looked so they were doing
Dolly and
something
Giovanni.
different. Yep, you're right, Oscar. It turned out they weren't. They were just faster for some reason. But yeah, certainly on a smaller track like this, 7/10 of a second's a hell of a gap. And you're about to try and come back more control. Up the
Gonna
back
go around the outside.
straight. He's on the inside for
on
turn
there.
2. You have the inside for turn 2 though, and doesn't
Trolley
get slowed
backs right
down. Just about. Gervantsu, Trolley on the outside of him now into turn number 3. Can Trolley go around the outside? No, I think he's going to run out of road there. Gervantsu very, very kind in the space he gave him there. Oh, very clean. That's amazingly clean racing. I cannot believe they didn't make contact the whole of that sequence there, Rudy. That was some spectacularly close driving with those two.
Vincent Lombardi, I think, has now got the run on Trolley.
There he
Yeah,
goes.
definitely.
There
He's
goes by.
got the move done before the next corner.
That means Dakovic is down to 7th position.
We've
We've
also
obviously
missed
missed
that.
something. Oh, Rose is very close to Dakovic and has a run on him as well. Oh, back in before the corner.
Dennis Lind going for 4th position. Didn't see this one coming. Here he goes trying to get past Ivanov.
Driving a really
There's
strong
also-
race.
There's also a GT300 car at a drive-thru, it's number 60, with a last name which is very hard to pronounce. Nario?
Mariaro. Yeah, I'd say
Thank
stay
you.
close to that.
And whoa, hello, turn 1. We've got 3 cars going side by side. Dakovic, Knops, and Phil Rose. And has Knops gone past them both? He must have done, because Dakovic was ahead of them both. I think he has. Yeah, he
He
has.
must have done.
It's spectacular driving from Bert Knops and the Danish racing team FZR up into 7th position. And that's a further blow for Phil Rose and Race Star Convertible, who are nowhere near as fast as they were at Aston Grand Prix.
Tomczyk in the pits. That's a bit early on.
We've had some damage from someone. In fact, looking at this train in GT300, it looks as though there's going to be something happening on the start-finish straight, whether it's Denslip passing Barbosa or Pitkanen passing Lobato.
Lombardi's got past Giovanni.
We also see that Dominic Engel took the 2nd place back from 4.
Oh, hello,
While
look
the
at this.
third leader of the GT500 is running into a very big string of back markers.
And getting wide.
Yes, going around the outside, now getting caught in it.
Yeah, it wouldn't like be the train that's the GT500 train at the moment trying to pass these guys as well. This will be rather harder for them, I would imagine, to keep their gaps the same. And look at this, it looks so... oh, there's a car off in the wall! GTS fly out into the wall for some reason. I didn't see what happened there.
Must have been an oversteer moment to be over in that rule. Either that or Tomczyk's giving him a tap round, but I'm not sure. At the same time, there's no input from the wheel or the throttle. It may even be a minimisation for GTS Motorsport.
Yeah, and Sonic Arms, you say, going past there. That means, unseen by us as well, Rudy, oh, look at that for Giovanni!
Driving on the inside of Lombardi, making it through without making any contact. There's, compared to the qualifying race, there's definitely some high quality racing going on right now.
Yeah, that was very spectacular.
Oh,
Look at this, Lombardi's going on the inside. Oh, a bit of contact that time, but really, really close to driving there between those two as well.
Clean racing. This is brilliant to watch.
Yeah, really. Oh, we've got
That's a
somebody
board name tag.
coming on the server for some reason, so he's spent time out as well. But well, he's gonna get kicked. But that was spectacular from Samson Yavansu, who suddenly finds himself in 3rd position. Core have gone backwards. They were 2nd a few laps ago, and now they're down in 5th position. Have they got tyre issues? Oh, look at this. Here we go, guys. Look at this. The GT300 train and the GT500 train. Oh. Ivanov has got one on Barbosa, and Lynn's got the front of both of them! Ivanov drives on the grass and goes to the
Ivanov's
chicane. Where's he going? Where's he
That's
going?
gone. I would not be surprised if they have a talking to for Dennis Linsdale. It wasn't really his fault, but it was definitely pushing him into the corner. It didn't help the situation.
Oh, and Ivanov's going to go back on it for the Mangano, and the Players Own car and the Savage Sim Sports car have to avoid Ivanov flying back into the track there. Ivanov had to reverse it.
Thank Ivanov for that Mangano didn't hit him there, because he saw him coming in the mirror and turned off the track as soon as he could.
We've got a spinner in turn 1. Labato.
And Labato.
Oh, that was a bit close. Scuderia Gas just pulling back in front of some faster cars there.
Whew, I don't know about you guys, this is quite scary sometimes watching this.
This is lap 11. Lap 10, technically.
Yeah, and the battle continues, and we've got Dennis Lynn, Barbosa and all that in front. And oh my goodness, excuse me, we're going to have about 5 wide here. Surely Dennis Lynn's going to see the GT300s coming, and they do eventually see them, and surely they're going to get through. They're going 3 wide track doesn't turn back.
Nobs goes through.
Nobs again, just coming out on top of everything.
I don't know where to watch. This is unbelievable.
Everywhere on the track, people are overtaking and making contact. That's all I can say at the moment. There's nothing to focus on. It's all going on at once.
Oh wow! This is crazy.
This is just fantastic racing. Everybody.
Dennis Lynn to
Blasco's gone straight on there.
Blasco misjudging by looks at the back of the core GT300 car, and we've been told that Phil Rose is coming through. Phil Rose is trying to go on the outside of Blasco as they go down inside Dennis Lynn, and Lynn turns in on Blasco.
Lynn says, thank you very much, I'm going to hold the line.
And now Graf Tier coming up behind them as well, so we're going to have another 3-way battle past back markers on this back straight. Blasco, Rose, and Björklund. Oh, and Blasco says, no thank you Phil Rose, you ain't coming through there. 3 wide, look at the one beyond that's going to the chicane.
He's had this for 2 or 3 laps in a row, he must not have a clue what's going on around him.
Blasco, surely he's mistimed his braking so he gets it somehow, doesn't slam into the back of Björklund. But who won and who lost out of that? Well, Phil Rose has lost out, he's down to 11th position. Race confirmed we're having a nightmare today, they cannot get a break at the moment. They're probably faster, they've got the position says, but they just keep on losing out the back markers at the moment.
Yeah,
this
is
crazy.
Breathe, because your voice gets higher and higher, Chris, you get enthusiasm and no breath. That's not going well. You're going to pass out. And while Chris is getting some breath back, we see that Monty goes to the fastest lap with a 7.9.
He's 9 seconds clear.
Yeah, he's 9 seconds clear already. He must be on some shorter pit stop strategy.
Oh, Nops almost runs into the back of Speedo GT300. That's given Tossifiden a run on him for 6th position in GT500. Nops, little bit of a movement there to try and put Tossifiden off. Tossifiden ran the outside of the chicane. Can he brave it out? It's not quite spectacular. It's 4 wide down the back straight, but it is going to be interesting. And Tossifiden backs out, and we've got Trolley in front of them as well. Cops runs a little bit wide into the chicane. Tossifiden thinks about having to move on the inside. Does go the inside, hits him on the rear quarter panel, and then Knox does well to control it and drives away on the exit from Tossifiden. And that battle is now over as they go up behind the GT300 leader, Robin Friskops, who get well out of the way.
Or not.
Blasco, that's not going to work. Blasco trying to follow Björklund through past the Speedo GT300 car. Almost ran into the back of the GT300 second place car there. Thought better of it.
I genuinely don't know how the drivers are coping with this at the moment, because I'm not.
Look at this for second place GT500 guys now. Engel's been caught by Gervazzi and Lombardi.
Lombardi looks to be just quietly lurking, waiting for some possible contact between Gervazzi and Engel. And ooh, that was a massive lock up there. Both the rears locking up for Lombardi going through the chicane.
You can also see that Sonic Graham's car is running some seriously high tire pressures compared with all the others. there's barely any heat in them. Well, we see that Dominic has a red right rear tyre and is struggling a bit with that.
Yeah, compounded into that is actually the running R4 or 3 as well, Rudy. So that'll be. It looks so it's high pressures and R4 or 3, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a good run, and Dominic this time into the back straight, because Dominic's right rear tyre is getting worse and worse. And he's seen me drifting more and more as well. And there it comes already. It's way more exit speed. Our lovely silent commentator is asking if he's running R2 R2, but he's not. Dominic Engel's R3 R3 as well.
Even surely our silent commentator, surely our silent commentator knows that it's a GT1 and there's no way that would ever work. Oh, he's telling me I can do it. Okay. But anyway, Engel and Giovanni make a bit of contact. Engel almost gets onto the grass there, and this should give Lombardi a little bit more of a run on Engel to the back of the genuine racing XR. And Matti Ventfare's lead is now 12 seconds, and he's just driven off into the distance.
He's just set his fastest first sector of the race, so far as I'm aware. 17.98. Just incredible amounts of speed. I'm hoping he's on a funny pit stop strategy, otherwise this is just going to be an absolute walkaway victory.
We have a car that's clearly been off in turn 1, it's the GTS car again. He had damage before, but now he's got a bit of a Formula 1 style nose on the front of that car instead of a GTR sort of nice
hopefully that'll mean for improved downforce.
I doubt it, considering the wheels are
it is unlikely, yes.
But Blasco and Bjorklund down the back straight again. Can Blasco get in the... I would imagine from this position Blasco can get into the bag. Oh, we've got Radu in front of them. No, Blasco! No! That's huge. I don't know what on earth Blasco was thinking there.
I think Blasco didn't expect the GT300 back marker there. The only thing out he had was to the left, but that wasn't when he rear-ended the Bjorklund car. Looking at the damage, they're both... they got about 10% damage on the right side on pretty much every bar, so it's going to be a hard time for them in the race.
Yeah, Bjorklund came off the worst there. Look at his right rear, that's very badly damaged.
That's a 40% damage one.
Yeah. With the FXR,
bad.
With the FXR, he might be able to get away with it more than if it was an FZR. As Blasco tries to come through cleanly this time.
The fight.
Oh no, we're going to collide again. We're going to collide again, and Blasco gets very, very sideways into the corner.
He's flicked his light on there. Not particularly pleased, despite it being him who compromised.
Core has a run on P6 right now, going side by side with Bert Knobs down the straight, with Nicky Dakovic behind it, but just too far away to get into the slipstream. So who's going to break the latest? It's Bert Knobs around the outside. They go side by side through the chicane, and Core takes it.
Knobs compromised himself there, getting sideways.
Dakovic, no room there, Nicky.
Nope, no room.
Well, still worth having a good push through the corner, even if there isn't any room, apparently.
The right front tyre on Ops' car looks though it's taken a fair pounding in this race. Certainly compared to Nicky Dakovic's car.
Surprisingly, Bert Knobs is even running R3, R4 tyres, while as far as I checked, every other FCR is an R3, R3.
Blasco's got another run on Bjorklund here. Oh no, he hasn't, he's pulled right the way out of the draft. Or got it back.
Bert Knobs getting close to the core car again into the chicane. Again around the outside, but this time he does go out of it.
And surely Blasco's going to make it past. Surely Blasco's going to make past Bjorklund this time. A bit of a wiggle into this game, but he's well clear of the gravity effector now.
Yeah, Lombardi goes to the fastest lap time, 2/10 quicker than anyone else so far.
Did he not have the fastest lap time back in the qualifying race as well?
We got a car off in the last turn.
GTS have gone off in the final corner. Head for the pit lane. No, we're just going to take a strange route back to the track.
Oh,
what are you doing?
Second place.
What is he doing? Good grief! I've been watching him actually. He almost took out a car, a GT300 that was GT500 that was lapping him a minute ago. I don't know what he's doing. What is he doing, son?
His front scraping and is not even going anywhere at the moment. Why is he on track? That surely should, at the very least, be a black and orange flag from the organisers here, just because it's a danger to everyone on the track. He's understeering, the front scraping completely.
That TDRT passes again for the 6th place, going into the chicane. Now getting a better run than Cora out of the last turn. So I wonder if he could get away far enough within 1 lap to get clear of the slipstream.
Bob, I just looked at the lap counter. I'm only on lap 21 for the leader in GT500. Woofed! Still got another 6 of this to go. Trolley seems to be coming up behind Dominic Engel now for Speedo for 4th position.
That looks like the Mafia racing car in a certain amount of, well, I wouldn't say trouble, just making a shoddy job of getting out of the way. And Radu has stayed out again. He's still on the racing track. The front end scraping along the ground like that. Oh, we've got someone off. No, we haven't. Telkler holding it together. Just about.
Phil Rose and Nicky Duckenfeach are close, going onto the straight, while Duckenfeach runs into a GT300. Just the exit of the corner, he can go next to him. That didn't cost him any time. Did make contact with him. Now Phil Rose is in the draft of Nicky. Seems that he's gonna get a run down on him into the chicane. Nicky blocks the inside, makes contact, sends Phil into the grass. That was a bit useless driving right there. Phil missing the chicane, going through the tires. Surviving with minimum amount of damage. But what happened there was definitely some strange movement from Nicky down the straight.
Vincent Lombardi right on the back of Javansu now. Battle for 2nd place in GT500 as Vince gets very, very, very sideways. There we go, GTS Motorsport retiring from the race. I've got Javansu and Lombardi scything through a 3-car train. It looks like Lobato on Donaleek in GT300 there. Dominic Engel not getting involved, letting them fight their fight properly.
Talking about GT300, we can see that there's starting to develop a fight for P2. See that the Sonic car is catching slowly the speeder car in the 2nd place. And I wonder if they're going to keep it clean. And if the Sonic car is able to get any closer than this right now.
Yeah, nice driving again from Antonin in Sonic Brown's car.
Dennis Lynn nearly puts it on top, he's gone round.
Oh, he's gone.
Facing backwards.
Yep, Dennis Lynn off into the big gravel trap using his big bus powers to get out of the gravel trap. Oh no, Dennis! I thought you were going to turn. I thought you were going to turn back onto the track there. Woo, that was close. But that camera angle on TV camera is very deceptive.
And we've got a GT300 in the wall. Number 61.
Oh, it's yeah, players on.
Caught by Phil Rosa. There was some side-to-side racing into the chicane, which made contact and
Campas
sent him
just
into the wall.
negotiating his way around. Morgan Trolley has got a run on Dominic Engel at the moment. Not quite enough at this stage.
Apparently GTS Motorsports car was having some PC issues when he was almost did hit Speedo Racing, so that explains that one then. Probably having some FPS drops, I think. I missed the start of this conversation, but they were struggling to get a driver in, so that explains that one.
Going on to the back straight, there's going to be a...
Oh, Lombardi's gone round!
Lombardi had the
dearie
run
me.
of Round2, but spun around and hit the wall.
Yeah,
Now
TDRC having a
is
look
getting
here.
right. The right rear tyre from Lombardi is absolutely fried right now. It's going to cost him at least 2 laps to get it back to a normal temperature.
Bill Rose is short down
Dominic
again.
Engel made contact in the last turn. Trolley spun and got away very slow, with also completely rear tyres right now. And Lombardi has a run on him down to 1 now. Goes around the outside, and he makes it.
Knox really being the king of picking up the pieces today. Currently running in 4th position. I can't remember where he started, but it was nowhere near that high up the grid.
So Phil Rose, why is Phil Rose suddenly down in 12th position? He wasn't that far behind after his contact with Dakovic. Has he had some kind of issue that we've seen, that we've missed? Must have done.
I must have missed him having a spin or being called out by some GT300s. His tyres look in good enough condition. I don't know, he's definitely been off the track though.
Just check tracker. Tracker's not working very well today, so that lane of inquiries gone. Ah, there we go, it works now. Yay, he lost 10 seconds on the last lap, so something happened to Phil Rose there. Off our camera screens. Lynn and Lovato down to turn number 1, turn 2. Lovato and that's collision, that's
Lovato
goodbye
won.
Lovato.
Goodbye Lovato, yeah, that's gone it.
Massive left foot damage on an FCR. That's well, undrivable is a big word, but that's going to cost him a lot of time. Ivanov finding his way through as well. We've actually got 2 very damaged cars driving behind each other.
Lowland Lines currently giving everybody a lesson on how to lead every class by a minimum of 8 seconds.
Well, Lombardi is fighting his way back, going on the inside of Bert Knobs in the last turn. But Bert gets to run around the outside.
Sonic Realms with low fuel. And they did that in the last race actually as well to reasonably decent effect. So maybe they just thought, well, we'll go with the short fuel strategy again and try and gain the places that we've lost out in our good position. But I'm not sure it'll work as well in a short track like this as it did at the long track of Aston Grand Prix.
I think it works better here than on a long track like Aston. Because no matter what fuel you got in the car here, you see people overtaking back markers the whole time. So that even if you're light, you can't extract the maximum of it, or the other way around.
I believe we just had Robin Friskops pushed up on 2 wheels by Tomczyk. Not sure, but it looked like a fair deal of contact going through the chicane whilst Tomczyk was lapping Friskops.
Can we really finish your point about the pit stops?
Yeah, I just mean that if you are heavy here, you might be a few tenths a lap slower, but the problem is less big as on a track like Aston where everybody is more spread out and people can explore their setups more lap time wise. Because here everybody's just overtaking back markers and losing time.
Yes, but it certainly has been interesting to see both in the sprint race and the main race how the power markers have been dealt with.
Bert Nobs and Lombardi again. Bert Nobs dived into a gap with GT300 onto the back straight. Now getting passed by the Lombardi car. Low car driven by Lombardi. So Lombardi's back to 3rd place, even after a spin.
Or control after his tyre issues a few laps ago, just sort of waiting. It looks like just to sort of pounce on any scraps that these two leave. As Knops leaves a scrap, and here goes Morgan Troll. I don't think he's quite going to make it around the outside there, but he's going to put a lot of pressure on Knops. Knops has to take the title line. We'll get a little bit more of a drift on coming out here. Is there a chance for Trolley onto the back straight? I think there will be. If he gets a good run out here, Knops again wide to the apex and having tyre issues. You wouldn't expect that with an R4-3 set, but Trolley looks like it's going to be an easy pass for him for 4th position.
Looking like this, I think Bert even has a good shot at going back on him into the chicane if he dives in. We've seen him brake very late into the chicane before, and he's backing out of it.
I wonder, Rudy, if the TRT's decision to go R4-3 is possibly costing him a little bit of traction at the moment, because that was a very lively lap there, especially on traction for Knops.
Yeah, it will cost them a little bit of traction, but not a big amount as long as there's proper tire heat. But as you can see, as we can see, the left side tires are getting colder again. That's going to cost him in the end, especially in the longer stint.
Looks like Core GT300 were on a short fuel strategy as well. They were a change driver. That would certainly explain their pace at the start of the race, going from 4th to 2nd.
And eventually drop it to 7th, which surprised me a bit. Sorry, 6th.
All this said, it was Wintiari that we were expecting to enter the pits first with his somewhat outstanding pace. And he's just still trundling around the track, setting fastest lap of the race by a good 10th of a second just there.
Okay, so we are getting toward, I suppose we are into the sort of pit window sort of thing now. It's no longer called a pit window, you know, we've got a specific time we need to pit in. No driver may drive more than 60 minutes during the race. Any laps completed by a driver in excess of 60 minutes will be subtracted from the team's total laps. And this is, of course, and the tracker tallies, of course, you should only keep as a reference only, because sometimes we go at a quicker pace than what we assume the tracker's keeping up with, or assume or quicker than what we calculate before the race is. So,
well, Bert Knox grabs the fastest lap time
by all of a 100th of a second. Dominic Engels doing a really nice job for someone who's just about got to grips with the track, and the car set up the nation.
But he's 18 seconds behind Logan Lyons at the moment, who just sort of gone and hidden at his first stint. It's going to be very hard for them to lose this race, it looks like, at the moment, with 49 laps to go.
Yeah, it's been probably the most solid first section of a race that I've seen from a team and driver in quite a while.
I don't think it quite beats Schuyler's. Oh, another name from there. Anyway, Racer Convertible's first stint at Aston Grand Prix, considering it's Aston Grand Prix, and considering everybody knows that track, and everybody should have had a base setup for that track, so I think that was a very fine effort from the Racer Convertible, and end up winning the race in the end, because Simon Tell for Lowland Lions was really fairly flying toward the end of that race, as Dennis Lind is flashing his lights in apparent boredom down the back straight.
I think we've got a new medical car going on, being Dennis. Meanwhile, the fastest lap has been taken with Speedo now. So it seems like they're not getting lighter and lighter, and maybe getting close to the pit stops. Speedo and TDRT side by side into the chicane, with TDRT
Right behind
going the pace.
Lombardi as well. Knobs has gone wide. Oh, just about hold it together.
The last car in GT500s might be lapping leader in GT500s. That's a fair indication as to how quick Golden Lions have been in this stint. Look at this, we've got a battle here between Donalik, Ivanov, and Tomczyk is coming past them on the straight. Here we go again with the close action. Ivanov making his way back up the field after collision with Dennis Lind into the chicane, and he's round the outside Donalik and up the position he goes. With Labato, another driver who's had a collision with Dennis Lind today, trying to file through now past Donalik. Oh, and Dakovic made contact with Blasco into the chicane, and Blasco was spinning again, and that's really a hard. Oh, look at that right rear tyre. He's going to probably have to pit right now, because I don't think that there's any way that's going to cool down now. But that was a hard hit there for Blasco. More damage on the Lanzarote racing car.
And an F said, "Oh, that's never fun to drive with." We've got Capel on to take over for the GT300 Angel Power racing car. Hammer to
Well, Hammer joins the server, take over the Craft car. The current leader of GT500 stays out. I start wondering more and more if he is that light that he actually thought in the beginning, or that he just has some massive pace right there.
guys are heading towards being on the cold side. Wouldn't surprise me if this can... Oh no, maybe not. You've got to think they've not got much left in the car, but they're going to have to pit soon.
A little bit of a lull at this point, no real side-by-side going on at the moment. Other than people are lapping back markers, but we are into pit zone, I suppose, now. Lanzarote did end up in the pit lane at the end of this lap, so they'll change the driver after their spin. Phil Rose on the grass there. Phil Rose not having a happy time, it seems, today. In 8th at the moment through the pit stop window. Into the pits comes Covenant. So we are getting a few in the pits now. Yet our race leader in GT500 continues, despite having getting super cold tyres at the moment. And Gunzelman is coming in to replace Phil Rose for Race-Star Convertible. They'll be hoping that the second half of this race goes better than the first for them. No Shrivilla from round 1, who dominated in round 1. Actually, we suddenly all of a sudden have a battle into the hairpin between Knops, Lombardi and Troll. And Troll is up the inside and passing Lombardi for 4th position. Lombardi managing to stay alongside up the hill, slightly ahead actually up the hill. He's got the toe of Knops slightly, and Troll actually sensibly backed out of it. Lombardi keeps 4th position. So nice little bit of action as we move into pit stop time here, as Dennis Lind has a PB in his adventure with Last Lap Motorsports team continues.
Even with the spin, Dennis Lind doing a pretty sturdy job of driving the car at the moment.
And here we go again between Trolley and Lombardi. Lombardi moving all the way left to try and stop Trolley on the inside line. Looks though he's going to have to leave the gap now though, and it looks Trolley's going to make it inside and pass before the chicane. Lombardi were doing very well in the XR to slam around the outside there. In fact, they're coming in the pits this time by player zone. Trolley moves up to 4th position. Will he carry on? Will Knops go in the pits as well? No, they both continue. Actually, Lombardi continues as well. Trolley with a fantastic run through the chicane and the hairpin to get right up with Knops now. This is going to be 2 overtakes in 4 corners for Morgan Trolley and Speedo Racing around the outside in turn 1. It's going to be hard to get it done there. He backs out of it sensibly and lets Knops have the corner and the line. And he'll try again on the back straight into the chicane once more.
Formula joining the server to take over from Dominic Engel. I'm
Just
thinking.
Just FYI on that, did you say that, Oscar? Before I forget, the genuine racing car will actually be receiving a stop go penalty because Robin Heigerman, who did qualifying for them, his wheel died, and because they did not use their qualifying driver in the race itself, that's a stop go penalty for genuine racing. So they will probably fall behind this little gaggle that we're watching now of Knops, Trolley and Lombardi, so possibly down to 5th position as Trolley gets in the slipstream of Knops, pulls to the inside. He's going to have the position this time, and Morgan Trolley's patience looks like it's paying off at the end of the stint, and he's going to be 3rd heading into the pits unless Knops manages to get round him again. He doesn't, and Trolley
Dominic Engel racing into the pits.
Yeah, Engel racing the LLM back marker team. Not getting the better pit entries there, Dominic Engel.
Seems like a group of guys all took the same strategy, but just cutting the race in half. We're at the middle point and all going into the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm
Tire-wise,
surprised.
it might be the easiest one.
Yeah, I was surprised. I was looking at the tyres and they were starting to get rather thin and quite cold. It is quite a hard track on tyres, so 50-50 might be the best option, but we'll see.
Yeah, especially the GT300 ones and the R2 tyres. There are definitely some thin ones in there.
Yarby's tyres at the moment look freezing cold.
Look at this on after the pit stops. Gravity are right at the back of Raystar Convertible for 11th position. Will they make up any places in the pit? I don't think they will. So it is a battle over 11th position now.
This surely will... No, it's still not a replacement driver for Matu and Yavi, who's really having to wrestle his car at the moment. Possible... Oh, and Piri Motorsports on Gravity, I'm being told by our silent reporter. More importantly, it looks like Core going around the outside.
Do you have to leave more gap than that for the car on the inside there, Perry? Perry decided that, oh, we clearly have the tiniest bit of overlap on the outside, so I'm going to try to take the racing line for the whole chicane when there's a car still alongside them, and Gahammer, using his FXR four-wheel drive power to stop the slide that he was having in the chicane there, managed to power out of it and rightfully get the position. That was a bit silly from Perry, really. That wasn't really racing. That was, I'm slightly in front, get out of my way, I am faster for some reason because you got damage. Really not very bright driving there.
Here we go,
I
finally.
joining the server, so Matti will pit this lap. So the leading car will go into the pits. Looking at the tyres, it's the right decision.
Oh. Aggressive, but good move there.
Yep, leaders in the pitch. Braking in time for the line. Not using the first gear as a limiter.
There's been an accident in the final corner. Gravity are facing into the corner, right the way on the outside. Might have been some back marker contact.
TDRT stays out. Surprisingly, even with our four rears he got on there, his tyre temps look a lot better than all the others who are still out.
For the first time this race, someone that's not in an LLL car is leading a class.
As Price gets out of pits nice and smoothly. And away he goes.
Excuse me there, that was accidental. Nice bit of clear air for the Lowland Lions car.
Not so much for Johnny Formula, who's having to battle his way through the back markers on the front straight, where Tony... is he going to dive past the two that are battling? That's going to be brave. Oh, that's not going to go well, is it, son? Yep.
Makes contact.
Yep, that was just a bit silly from Johnny Tormo there. That was never in a million years going to work, and that's just compounded their problems, because they will have a stop go penalty added very, very soon. And look at this, we've got Player Zone and Core battling for 8th position in GT500. Downsline has come into the pits and left the pits again. Our GT300 leader is about to pit, and for some reason, car 50. Oh,
he's second place.
Second place.
And he's
missed his pit box in a mile. So that's Sonic Realm, second place GT3. What are you doing? What are you doing? Stop! Go on, stop! Stop. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Second place GT300 with the drive-through penalty now, so that's really wrecked their race. They were going very well as well, Anton. Core and Players on continue their battle over 8th position after both have made the pit stops. Actually, the Core they're slightly earlier, a fair bit earlier into the pits than Players on, and it seems as though it's worked out well for them. We should have a battle on the pit exit in his core against Sonic Realms. Sonic Realms just coming out of the pits with that drive-through penalty. And they go wide to allow... No, they don't. They're going to make contact. What are you doing, Sonic Realms? Get out of the way. If you're going to look like you're getting out of the way for the car coming through, actually make sure you do get out of the way. But anyway, bad lap there for Sonic Realms, that's for sure. In GT300.
With Goik joining the server, we can see that Niki Dakovic will be pitting this lap. I wonder how long TD2 will stay out, but their tires look, they look great. Temperatures there, pressures are not too low or too high, so they can go on like that for at least another 10 to 15 laps.
Yes, how long's this race been on for? Oh man, it's been getting toward an hour.
I get actually a question from Dennis Lind getting into the commentary box. Is that smart?
Has he had his pre-race ritual?
I don't think he did, so he'll be doing it while listening to us in here, so that's risky.
Dennis, did you have fun out there driving in last Motorsports FXR?
Yeah, that was good fun.
Initially we thought you were rather light on fuel, but you just seem to have a better race pace than qualifying.
Yeah, I had about 20% too much coming into the pits, so I was actually quite heavy on fuel.
Look at this, it looks so south of that's collision, south of heaven, making it through their vortex. Oh, there's going to be a stack up behind because the vortex car's coming back on, but vortex, south of heaven actually managing to make up place in the pit stops as well. So look at this, it's a bit of a box in for Falk there, having to dodge to one side. Is finally going to get past player zone, it seems though he is. Has the inside for the chicane, players on try and stay with them. Edging slightly ahead. Oh, yeah, they both round. No. Oh no!
That's a huge accident.
Oh, he's over! He's over! Upside down. Well, that was that'll be our first safety car ever in Super GT. That was
It's over.
an unfortunate incident there from Bartolota. That was very unlucky there for players on. Neither the good car
being smart by going into the pits right now, because if they would have stayed out another lap and the safety car would be deployed, they were completely screwed and dropped to the back of the field because of their pit stop.
Yeah, so it seemed to me in that incident that Core went across the first part of the chicane, sort of straight lined it, and came across the front of Bartolota, and then
there's no new driver yet for the TDRT car. He's actually drove past the pit box and waits there until his teammate is in the server.
There's lag on the server. There's lag on the server. This should cost TDRT time surely now. There we go. There's TDRT second car, and he's timing out.
Timeout.
Falk's timed out as well. So it's all go here.
Tell you what though, has Tormula served his drive stop go yet?
He's not been given it yet.
Oh, well.
That's a disaster for them.
That's unfortunate. They could have really brought their race back together if they had already had it served and done, but... New server issues now kicking off. Causing Core in particular a whole bundle of problems.
Core might not have lost a lap though, because I think they were over the line, and they should get out ahead of Price, who's behind the safety car. You'd think, yeah, he'll get out. So I don't think Core have lost a lap there. There's at the back of GT300 now. Danish racing team down 4th, but they've still come out actually in decent place after all that.
Yeah, if the safety car didn't come out, they'd probably have joined back in
Where's
second
our-
position, but it could have been worse.
Our rescue guard, John the Palmer's going for a trip through the weeds at the moment and right in front of the field there. He's put a tyre on the racing line. That's I'm sure the drivers will be delighted
Someone
with
needs
that.
to start shouting Ellis in his ear.
So there's a confusing safety car procedure with this league, and
Is it going to be that they split the classes again?
I'm going to go read it and try and understand it.
We need to thank our silent commentator for that. He's probably going to yell in my ear right now for saying this, but
Is our
Phil,
silent commentator?
thank you.
It is. Is our silent commentator going to give us any more insight into what that actually means? Minus, it's going to be confusing to know what's happening. Oh, okay.
Well,
They're running wave rounds in a very funny way.
Oh, this way.
Oh, that's gone and saved Sonic Realms Racing's race quite well for GT300.
And also Gen R. Genuine.
Yeah.
And Savage. No?
Now it's 57, so that's last lap motorsports as well, being thrown around, given an extra lap in hand.
Whoa, 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 whoa! GT300
Crash.
leader!
Or not.
GT300 leader! Came steaming up behind the field there, and Mikko, second name I can't be bothered to pronounce today because teachers call Mikko when he likes cookies. Muralietto. He decided that he was going to come full steam into the pack there. He had to dodge onto the grass. That could be nasty for everybody.
Tell you what, if it's the Kyoto D50, a certain Jonathan Palmer will give you a 3-lap penalty for doing
Oh,
that.
where's going? Where's going?
Oh, dearie me!
Goiki, where are you going, son?
Ah, dear. All we needed was a safety car to lighten everybody's day back up again.
So the race was getting boring then?
Nope.
Yeah, you
Oh,
didn't
you
do
haven't-
enough.
you-
We were waiting for you to do something super stupid, but you didn't.
Well, you nearly
At
rolled
least
and
flip
spammed,
it.
but
Yeah,
that was it.
that's what we waited for. Good barrel.
I was trying to make it a bit more exciting by
Do a
spinning
barrel roll.
and
Do a
going
barrel
backwards
roll.
onto
You-
the track,
You
but
just didn't. Failed us,
yeah.
Dennis. You really did.
I went backwards onto the track, man. What do you expect me to do?
Roll backwards onto the track. On fire.
Don't get backwards onto the track.
Whilst eating your dinner. All
I haven't
at the
had
same
dinner
time. That's a very good point, isn't it? Whilst eating your dinner, I am a bit hungry. Which is substantially off the point, but we are in a safety car, so not a lot's going on, minus people nearly crashing all the time.
Did the Lowland Lions GT300 car lose the first position?
No.
No.
Someone's
Yes.
like, ooh,
They
No.
did. There is a car in front with a red tag
Bido
as well.
is lagging.
No, I think that's a car that's a lap down. I think they should be waved round.
Yeah, there's a couple of lap down. It's the 60 and the 66.
60's coming through, and obviously it's a safety car. This should be fairly quick because, of course,
Speedo
Chibenko.
500 is lagging.
Yeah, Chibenko lagging there.
First.
Oh, there's a car off! It's Falcon Core has gone off in the back straight. Why? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe there must be surely some kind of contact there. Just recovered from timing out. He'll have to pass all the GT300 cars as well now.
It was the massive power
Yes,
of the
looks like-
GT500.
I'll be brutally honest, I cannot wait for the restart.
I'm sure the drivers can though, that's the thing. But yeah, so the GT500 behind leader and GT300 should be overtaking, so that's 09 and 07 should be overtaking. They're not for some reason at the moment, so they've not been told yet. There's a few of them actually.
What team is Goik running for?
South of Heaven with Nikki.
There!
I don't know if it's because of the Slayer song or whatever, but who knows? Oh, we got a collision between two GT300 now.
It's so difficult to run at a slow speed behind a safety car while the racing was so good in the beginning. then they need to drop back to a speed of 120 kph, and suddenly people start hitting each other.
Yeah, can we have the first lot of drivers back? Do not just
Yeah,
because
we need
the
to do
flag. We
driver
need them
swaps
back.
again. That's the problem. They keep the unexperienced, not so smart, 4 leftward people for later on. Nah, that's just joking. But this is not good that people make so much contact while doing a safety car.
Since we're at our safety car, could ask Dennis Lindberg's pre-race ritual.
Preparation.
Preparation. Yeah, so did you put gloves on, Dennis, or did you do something else?
One? No, dude. I woke up in Sweden 1 hour before I had to do the race.
Oh,
So I was pretty busy. I hadn't time to do that.
Or did you put
Yeah.
gloves on and then
Time to
something
do what?
else?
What are you talking about, Dennis? We got viewers who don't know what you mean.
How beautiful!
never-
Child-friendly! Child-friendly!
We're about to
Okay.
go green, so ignoring Dennis Lynn's. Oh,
Yeah,
that Isaac Price has gone
Three-way
straight away.
warm-up.
Yeah, Price is away. It's Tomlin's trying to go with him. Tomlin needs a big gap, actually, to be perfectly honest. They're going to get stopped go any second now. If Tomlin makes a move on Price, the smart thing for Price to do would probably be to let him go. But we'll see what happens there, and it's not in Isaac Price's nature. In GT300 looks as though we've had a decently clean start. Yeah, decently clean all round so far, but it looks as though Lone Lions have actually got a bit of a gap because of back markers over their competition. Up at the front, it's going to be interesting to see if Tomlin gets a run onto this back straight, guys.
Tomlin is gonna go for a run. He has the momentum, and
he's got it.
the XRR got it. Would surprise me if he doesn't make it past before he chicane.
He's losing out.
He is losing out.
It takes long.
Engine damage, I think.
Not close enough.
Nowhere near close enough. Is there a bit of engine damage on that genuine racing car then?
Possibly
could
high
be.
wings.
Oh, high wings, yeah.
Because Heidemann was saying before the race that he said it was very stable and easy to drive. So potentially it's just high wings on that genuine racing car. I'm very surprised though the XR didn't manage to stay that gap out the hairpin and again up the hill. So I think we'll give a quick rundown of the order. The tracker after this safety car period. Lone Lions lead Genuine Racing. Sonic Realms are 3rd, Danish Racing Team 4th, Speedo Racing are 5th, South of Heaven are 6th, 7th Raystar dominate round 1, have a horrible race so far at the moment. Perry Motorsports are 8th, Gravity Racing are in 9th, the Reality Team are in 10th, Lanzarote Racing are 11th, Conquest are 12th, Last Lap Motorsport 13th, and Core after their unfortunate timeout have gone from about 4th place to 14th. In GT300, Lone Lions lead Core Racing with Vortex 3rd, Sonic Realms after their pit puncture and their drive-through are in 4th position with Genuine Racing in 5th position ahead of Dennis Lind's Last Lap Motorsports in 6th, Perry Motorsports 7th, Angel Power Racing in 8th, Too Old and Too Slow in 9th, Players on 10th, Mafia Racing in 11th, Scuderia Gas Racing Team in 12th, Savage Simsports 13th,
Fight
and then the
P1
returns.
contact between P2 and P1. And talking about the top speed, what we just mentioned, I think there are some seriously higher wings on the genuine car.
He goes through
He's
past, he goes
so
through past.
close,
Ugh.
side by side into one. But even on this moment, he can stay so close to the Lowland Lions car. With equal wings, that's not possible.
Is he gonna try and he's up on
Close
the
to
inside. Ugh.
Oh,
Oh.
contact again. Another go for Tomala down the back straight. This time he's a little bit
Wow.
closer, but it seems that he's again
He's too
just
far back, too
away.
far back.
Apparently, I've just confirmed with Dead Wolfborn that it's going to be after the race that they're going to get the penalty added on. So they're not actually going to get one just now. So Price definitely would be better to let Tomla go.
It depends on how much the penalty is going to be, because if Tomla is capable of getting away from Price, since of his higher wings going through all the twisty parts, I don't know if Price wants to do that.
24 seconds is the stop-go time for this track, so I think it would be highly unlikely that Tomla would make up that time in the 24 laps you've got remaining.
25.
25!
1 second
Again,
left.
Chris.
Shut up, Rudy.
Not your day, Chris.
It wasn't round 1 neither, as Dennis will tell you, because at the start of the race I had some massive confusion over teams as well. So it's not been a great Super GT for me so far. I think I'm going to go away on a crash course and learn names. And
You need to have a startup procedure as me as well.
Gloves. Anyway, yeah, family friendly. Last lap motorsport and core going side by side. In GT500 down into the chicane, Conquest looking on as well. Core, oh, we're gonna have a contact with Core again.
He's around very dangerous place.
Krampus makes it through and he gets going just before the GT300s come along. So again, Core racing in the chicane. Mirror image basically of what happened with them player zone. And again, Price, Tomla very close.
Tomla's getting closer and closer to the point where he's going to get the run he needs down to the back straight, because the FCR normally heats up the rear tyres a lot more than the XRR.
Look at this.
If you look at
he's got him
right now, he's got him.
Well, oh, Isaac Price cutting very close to the back of you, and Tomla sort of swerving across the front of Price after that, and Price thinks better of coming up the back of Tomla there. So Tomla takes the lead, basically at the moment, over Lowland Lions. Price getting very sideways, and we've got somebody lagging out the server at the moment. Stop lagging now, but that is a move for the lead at the moment. It's up to Yoni Tomla to build a lead of 24 seconds in the remaining 23 laps of this race.
Already a half-second gap there. We're up to 1 second.
On the back straight, look at this. In GT300, we've got 3 cars trying to pile into the chicane side by side. Kapal. Oh no, another name. Mokanu. The one that I don't even not going to bother with. All piling into the chicane there. 52, 63 and 58. Would somebody like to tell the world what those names are? Somebody
So creepy.
Oh my goodness gracious me. And Goik in trouble, I'm hearing from Silent Man. Goik and Butavari going side by side into the chicane. It looks as though Goik's going to make the position and be up to 5th place right behind Chabenko in 4th for Speedo.
So Tormila half a second quicker than Price on the last lap. He's surely a man on a mission here. It's going to be hard for him to make up in 24 seconds, but all said and done. Goik, Tutari and Gahammer is in a major scrap here.
It seems that they're coming closer all the time as well to Chabenko. And it seems as though Galvats and Gunzelman are actually catching them as well. So this could be one of these lovely long trains that we saw in the first hour or so of this race, forming again after safety car.
He goes Gunzelman past Galvez. Which was just a back marker.
Oh well. Just Yoni Tormala, crikey, 107.48, fastest lap of the race on this at this stage of his stint. Did Yoni actually do this?
Yeah, he's quick.
Really throwing that thing around as well, good grief. He is pushing some. Chabenko's been caught by Goik, and Gahammer's cutting to the valley as well, so this could be a 2 and 2 scrap down the back straight to the chicane. Chabenko slightly wide. Goik surely has the run. unless he's got higher wings. But no, he does have the run. He's gonna try and swallow up the Speedo Racing car for 4th position, right around the outside, easily done. And behind them, Tudvari's actually managed to get away slightly. Oh, contact!
Major contact!
Contact! Oh, he's gonna spin across the track!
And hit Gunselman. Gunselman is off.
Gunselman. Oh, there's a car coming!
Oh, God.
Oh, that was very, very close. So, terrible race for Racer Convertible continues. And Goik turns across him in the hairpin as well, so... Yeah, that was, I'd like to see, well, I wish we could do replays of that, because I thought the move was completely done there for, Goik for 4th position.
Yeah,
What
looked like,
happened is,
yeah.
carry on.
No, you're gone.
It looked like Dubenko actually just kept in it and went, you know, full racing speed through when his line was compromised by Goik coming across him. And contact was made and Goik was the one on the receiving end of it and ended up going round. Your hammer through onto Chavi there.
Graf is
And-
actually still driving with a heavily damaged car.
I believe that we've got Galvez and Falk as well, and that might be for position.
By the way, we were informed from our former co-commentary buddy Dominic Engel that they are running high wings, Genuine Racing. So that was the problem for Tomlin coming off that corner that we saw earlier. There's no engine damage reports. And look at this, we've got Tomlin in the traffic. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Genuine Racing's GT300 car getting well out of the way there. That was good driving there from those 2 cars there. And it looks as though Tomlin's
Lowland
getting
line
through
is going to
well.
be held up by this.
But Price is surely going to get held up massively here. In fact, there we go. He actually makes it through the first 2 reasonably well.
Completely nothing.
So you'd imagine you'll get past these other cars before the chicane, and he will, comfortably. Capel stays out of the way. So is the Genuine Racing GT300. We've got the draft of Koskinen down the back straight. So there we go again. Another one of these fantastic lap/battles we had earlier in the race. And Koskinen tries to go deep into the corner, but Genuine Racing. Oh, Isaac! Oh, Price! Isaac Price getting squiggly.
Isaac Price nearly getting it on its roof, is what Isaac Price was doing.
Tonight just giving him the space. Tomlin's lead up to 2.5 seconds. 18 laps to go.
Still no stop go issued for Tomlin.
No. And Speedo Racing and Gravity Racing are side by side up the pit straight. Speedo staying ahead of Gamma right now. And Oscar, we did resolve the stop go issue. It's going to be added after the race.
So they need to presumably make a
24 seconds.
24-second gap. That's going to be a struggle.
Cars bouncing off tyres as we try to get through the back markers at the moment. Whoa! Chivenko sliding all over the track there. And it looks so surely that TDRT is going to get the run on this. This could be good. But Tony is timed out. At the moment, we need to keep on watching this. Chivenko, Kahammer, side by side. TDRT, Chujvari is going to get the run. And he's going to go through the middle of them, surely. No, he's going to slide over Chivenko. He's coming across the track and trying to box him in a little bit. But Chujvari continues with the gap. Eventually gives up on trying to pass Kahammer. Chivenko's going to try and go right around the outside of Kahammer, but there's no way around there. So Kahammer is through, and Chujvari's double draft there really didn't in the end help him because he got boxed in.
Fairly gnarly racing that lap from those 3.
First time you'll ever hear the word gnarly used in an Alpes broadcast.
Wow.
Well, that's not going to help any comments I get later. First and last time, now that it's been brought up. Honestly.
And look at this, we've got car 17 catching as well. Oh, Garcia tries to get out of the way of everybody, but it looks as though Perry are going to make it through eventually, but they've lost a little bit of time there. Chudvari not going to get on the back of good to Chubenko. Chubenko dives past the LLM car there. We've got a yellow flag for some reason. What's the yellow
There's
flag?
someone gone off. It's a Moro
Someone is
has
off.
span off that corner. It's sitting right in the way of where everyone needs to be going.
Ollie.
Deary me. Honestly, if that gets put up for commentary line of the year, just gnarly, I'm going to have to go and really hurt some people.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Goik on the LLM car. Goik got sideways coming through the chicane, way too much speed. Morrow's going to get in the side of Galvez. This is all going a bit to pot now. Goik is going to get caught, I think, by Gunzelman any second now, because he was sliding as he was going through the third part of the chicane, kept his foot in it and just drifted alongside Pinto, who thankfully noticed him coming and got out of the way. Otherwise it could be a terrible accident there for the LM GT3 car. And look at this traffic up ahead. This as well. There's about 9 cars there. Chibenko getting through. Tudvari's on the inside of him and he runs wide in the corner. Melian's trying to get through now as well. And Tudvari gets sideways in the chicane. Look at this. We've got GT300, GT500 all over the place. Very, very gnarly at the moment. Falk goes down the inside.
Breathe, Chris. We'll take over.
I got Gunzelman just shoves him off. Gunzelman just punts him off the track.
That's Galvez fast.
And Galvez goes through. And yes, it's all going crazy.
Can we get a respirator?
And now it's time for an advert break. No, not really. it's not.
We don't
sadly.
have ad breaks on this show.
This is utterly crazy. It was like this in the first hour, which you'll have missed, Dennis. Well, you're part of it actually. Thinking
Torment
about
makes
it.
a gnarly lap.
Oh dear.
It'll get
Poor
boring
Rosie.
after the 7th or 8th time, honestly. It was only original when I said it.
No.
It's this year. It's last year's Bus Wars. Anyway. Oh, look at this, Gunzelman and Daskovic now battling, and Daskovic is a lap down actually, so they're not actually battling for position sadly, but the train seems to have come to a juddering halt at the moment, and it seems the last few cars are going to get through.
Spin!
Spin!
Krampus has just pushed. Who was that that was pushing around?
Lawn, Savage.
Yeah,
Ooh. Tuccivari, Milonin, and Sabenko very close together again.
Look
Now
at this.
coming onto the back straightaway.
It looks though Divanko's going to get away, but Melanin's going to come past Tuccivari, you'd think, surely.
Very Motorsports on the move.
On the move. We've got clear track now, and there's only 15 laps to go for these guys, so might get clear track for the rest of the race actually, looking at it.
No, looking at the qualifying race and this race, it's somewhere in between 11 and 13 laps to be catching the whole of the GT300 field for the GT500 leaders, so they're probably just going to catch them right at the end again.
Pinto and Garcia. Garcia ran the outside of Pinto into the final corner. Actually, Garcia's a lap down. Oh well.
Yeah, Pinto having none of that.
It's hard to keep up with who's a lap down and who's on the same one. It's all go at the
Only
moment.
tracker was working.
Yep. Look at this. We've got Speedo being held up by Core. Chimenko getting angry. And Dick Merritt goes to the inside. There's contact. They're gonna. Chuchvari and Goik are gonna get a run surely this time. They're all going side by side. There's no room surely. Kistner stays to one side. Look at this. Chuchvari tries to swing along. Chimenko moving across track. Stop doing that. No, you can't go right and then go left, then go back to the right again. For goodness sake. So Chuchvari again being so manhandled there by the two cars in front of him and couldn't get through. Chimenko using robust tactics to stay ahead of those two drivers there.
Goik's on them now.
And Goik right up behind them as well. The 4 cars, Concertina into the corner, Concertina out of the corner, up the hill they go now towards turn 1, and this battle can continue for the whole rest of the race, I feel. Chibenko defending, Goik down the inside of Tuccivari, can he go around the outside for 2? He can! Tuccivari leaves in the room, Goik slightly wide, but he's going to claim the position. What a move from Goik! And he's up into 7th position again after the dramas they've had today. And Chibenko has Melanin all over the back of him again. Again, a little bit of contact. This time I don't think it's quite going to bring Goik into play. In fact, I think Goik's got the run of Melanin. And Chibenko should have got... No, nobody's got the run on anybody. Unless maybe Chichvari on Goik. No, I don't think so. It's all just about too spread out this lap, so no entertainment into the chicane this time by. And I can breathe. Oh, we've got the GT300 leader right in the middle of this battle now. Oh, and Melian and Goik.
That's let Benko just run away with it now.
Breathing space for Benko. Mertolotio trying to get out of the way. Merliote. Well, Leo, it's, yes, okay.
I'll pick up the pieces for you afterwards. We wouldn't want your
Gnarly.
yeah, gnarly pronunciation getting in the way of anything, would we? Can't believe I said that. Anywho.
Price is 5.4 seconds behind Tom at the moment, so I don't think Tom is quite going to make 24 seconds. It's more whether he can stay ahead of Hammer in 4th position, I would say. I think he has the gap, actually. Hammer's actually run away, even with that damage, guys.
Tom the fastest lap by quite a way.
The quiet race, Sonic Realms Racing up in 3rd position. Remember them for the heat race earlier today? Yep, 3rd they are again. Just staying out of the trouble, being fast enough to get away from everybody and just sort of cruising around Sasha Regal at the moment. They went in the pits early, of course, as well, and it seems to have worked nicely for them. Looking set for 3rd or 2nd, depending on how far Tomla can get ahead of them. Gunzelman is on the back of that little train there, so it could be a 5-car train if they can catch Chibenko again. I think they are catching Chibenko again. Looks like Goik might have a run, and no, he's made a mistake slightly, so he's dropped back slightly. Could we have a 5-car scrap? I think Johnny Tom at the moment, if he was to get his penalty right now, would probably only be 3rd. I think I think he'd be falling to 4th, but I think he'll extend the gap to Gahammer and be able to claim 3rd position. But after race penalty will cost them, thanks to Robin Heigerman's brand new, basically G27 decided to diet him on the grid for this race. Real shame for them and for Robin, who was looking very, very, very fast in practice for this race. Gap between 1st and 3rd is 14 seconds, so I think it's most likely that he'll finish 3rd in this race. The one has Goik, comes up behind Melian, and he's going to get through this time, I think, for 6th position, so 5th is on the cards just out of heaven. Very big run, you know, Chibenko there. Chibenko actually going very wide, actually, through the 2nd part. So Goik looking very racy. Chibenko looking a little bit nervous at the moment of how his car's handling. Will we see some more robust defense from him?
Well, I believe it was Goik that Chibenko turned around a while ago, and Goik fought his way back. So I wonder if there won't be a bit of contact between the two this time from Goik. There it is! Oh, backing out.
Oh, and Melian's back at the inside of Goik. Goik, I think, made a mistake somewhere. So there we go, Melian back up to just about up to 6th. And now Tuchvari and Gunzelman think about it as well. And it looks like Chibenko has got away slightly again. This is going to be a big draft here for Gunzelman, I suspect. Can he make the most of it? Goik and Tuchvari, and look at this, Gunzelman's going to get past them both easily. Goik tries to defend, but he leaves just enough room for Gunzelman to swing past as Falk times out again for Core Racing. Gunzelman, suddenly, race star convertible up into 6th position. Goik makes a slight bit of contact on the picking for the chicane, but they're all through carefully. And there we go. 7th, actually, sorry, it's 7th, of course, that race star convertible is on the up into. Having a bit of a nightmare race today. They're looking like they could challenge for 5th, but in this race, Goik back around the outside, trying to come around the outside for turn 1. Now give him the inside for 2, but I think he's going to have to give up on that move. No, he goes for it! Oh, he's hit! And then he's going to cross the track, across the gravel. Well, that was just about got away with that, and there's Falk on the edge of the crack, so suddenly going down to 9th.
That was that he braked in the gravel and slid through 2 cars, because that could have ended so bad if he T-boned the race star car there into the wall.
Whew. So, we come back this battle for 5th position. Chibenko just slightly ahead at the moment of Melian and Gunzelman and Tuchvai, and Goik hasn't lost out by that much. I think he's only about 4 seconds behind this 5th place, so he could easily make up of this next 7 laps when we come across the line this time. Tormla lapping the GT300 leader, GT300 third place, sorry, and his leader rise Price 6 seconds, so I think we can safely say that Price could just pace himself to victory. It's 15 back to Sasha Riegel in third, so I think Sonic Realm's looking good for second place after Genuine Racing's penalty is given to them after the race. It's 24.9 back to Hammer, so third place it looks like for Genuine Racing, despite coming across the line first, it would appear right now. Chibenko makes contact with Bertoni, trying to nip Bertoni off to the outside the apex. Now this is going to give Melian surely a run onto the back, straight on him. How hard will he defend this time? No, Melian not quite getting there, it seems. Maybe he's got high wings. Must do.
Looks that way.
Gunzelman coming up behind him now as well. Tushvara seems to have dropped back a bit from this back. Goik's driving hard to try and get back up to them now as well. Look at this, Melian sticking his nose, contact, Gunzelman running into the both of them! Gunzelman's gonna get the ball! No, he doesn't, he only gets one now. Chibenko managing just to stay ahead. Melian really did deserve to lose that place for sticking his nose in somewhere it was never in a million years gonna sort of, well, I was always gonna get chopped off. Church Ferry not gonna get down the inside there, and again it seems this Speedo car gets away again somehow, and Melian makes contact. Yeah, Melian seems to not like his nose very much because he keeps on trying to get it eaten by another car.
What does he think it is? ITCC or something?
What's that?
But 90cc, you just ram. Where's Chibenko?
Oh, Chibenko.
Chibenko, yeah, it's Chibenko.
He's been lagging all
Back
right.
though. Melian in the drop. Gunzelman just about giving him the room. And Goik passing Tuchvara again. This isn't good. This race isn't good for the heart in many respects. Chibenko again lagging. Is he going to lag out this time? No, he's not. Gunzelman actually managed to hold off Melian. Goik gets round back into 8th position on now. Tuchvara dropped it to 9th. Chibenko seems to have made a bit of a gap this time. Is that enough for them this time to be able to stay ahead? But he's lagging again. He's lagging again. Oh, he was lagging as he came around the outside of a car there. That was a bit risky. He does his personal PB throughout all that. He's now got over a second over Gunzelman. And look at this lawn. Can he get out of the way? Yes, he can, just but he's going to hold up Tuchvara slightly. Only very slightly, though. Tuchvara does manage to dive underneath the GT300 back marker. And back in GT300 we have Vortex just managing to hold off Angel Power for 4th position at the moment. This is a good battle between F-Star and XRR. Looks though Capal's got far more straight line speed at the one. He's running wide in turn 1, don't want to do that too many times. And Goik and Melian are coming into close proximity once again. What's going to happen this time? Last time it ended in Goik being spun around slightly. Melian, I think he's going to get caught on this straight by Goik as Tormla almost gets to the 106 as they've screamed past the back market though. Looking at this battle, Goik has the run. He has the outside line, he has the upper hand surely into the corner this time. You've got to think he'll get there. There's another lap car in front of him, but Goik easily makes it through, and he's up back into 7th position. He's on the back of Gunzelman, who's made a mistake in the hairpin, in the chicane actually, sorry. Gunzelman all out of shape, so that again lets Tubenko off the hook there. But Goik is all over Gunzelman now, so Goik, he's made up the time he lost in being half spun around, and he's all over the back now of Gunzelman. They've actually made up time to Tubenko. The gap is very, very close. I still think if these guys could get up to him, they might be able to overtake him. They seem to have so much more pace. Can Goik get Gunzelman this time though? Tom starts lap 80 out of 81 in the lead of this race. Oh, another fastest lap, 107.01. Screaming. 8 seconds is how much he's been able to pull out an Isaac Price so far. It doesn't look like it'll be enough unless Price makes a mistake. How big's his lead over Riegler? It is... Wait for Riegler to come over the line. Still, there we go. The gap is... It's 20 seconds, so I don't think he's going to be able to get him as race start convertible iron traffic into the final corner. Player zone, GT300 need to get out of the way. Goik's going to get a run, I think. I think this is all helping Tubenko. Tubenko looks safe in 5th position for now. No, Goik, there's a car there! Oh, there's contact! Oh, around goes Goik! Around goes Gunzelman! And is William going to be able to hold out? Oh, Chinfari! Oh, my goodness gracious me, we've got a big crash. And who's going to come out on top? Gunzelman gets back on the road. That was all really Goik's
gone away.
Goik really, well, I suspect that'll be...
For that.
I think that'll be a penalty after the race, if that's protested,
Oh,
which you have to imagine it will be.
Makes sense. There's nothing more stupid than that.
The tires are just flaming right now.
Tubenko has finished, well, you'd have to imagine finished 5th now. Melion did just about hold on to 6th out of Tuchfari, who had to slow down as well, so they're 6th and 7th battling. And Goik... And oh, we've got a problem here. Sonic Realms GT500 has gone over the 1 hour limit. So that's going to be 2nd position in the end for genuine racing in the end, it seems, because Sonic Realms are in deep, deep trouble with that now. And Morrow for Player Zone is all over the place. I think he might have been the... Was he the car? No, that was genuine racing. GT300 actually got hit by Goik, but that's a problem for Sonic Realms. They need another driver. And further problem for the other Sonic Realms car, the GT300 cars in the pits.
Might
now.
have been a puncture. That's what they came in with last time. Last time they pitted, they
I
came
wouldn't
in with a
imagine so
puncture.
with the long safety car. Maybe they just didn't have
LLM
fuel.
GT500 has a left front puncture as well.
So it's...
And he's gone past the pit lane. Oh, it's the worst place to... He's slowing down.
He must be
was
trying to get...
Tom
Tomlin's crossed the line. Sorry, Tomlin's crossed the line to win. But here's the real winner in the end of the day, because Genuine Racing have their penalty at the end of the race. It's Isaac Price and Lone Lions take the win, and the championship lead, you imagine.
Going onto the back straight now.
Daskovic is spinning somewhere.
Daskovic spins.
And
Goik and Falk, they're fighting. That's for position as well.
I don't think it is, because Lake's tied out
that
twice.
was-
Oh,
Twice.
what's that guy doing? Jesus! GT500 car just returns on the track while 4 GT300 cars are getting onto the back straight there.
Pinto,
Oh,
Canaltis,
well,
Pinto,
T-bones
Canaltis. That's for position, final lap.
And United makes a pass because Pinto has his puncture. Despite pitting, they're still going to end up 6th, I think, in class. That'll make them Sonic Realms. But this race is going to have some problems for the administration team after the race to go through and work out. I can just tell. I can just tell because you've got genuine racing. I think have finished 2nd behind Little Lions after their first penalty, but they have been protesting other things. So who knows what's going to come of that? So Hammer could have finished 2nd, but he's definitely on the podium because Sonic Realms GT500 went over the hour limit, so they've lost a lap or 2. Yes. Right.
I think.
Whew. So, first of all, I'll ask Rudy. Rudy, how did you enjoy this race? What did you think of it, and what did you think of some of the driving we've seen, I suppose, today as well?
Well, let's start off that even listening to your long sentences already made me exhausting. Because I just like breathe, and you keep going on. the racing from today is, oh, I think epic is a good word for it. We've seen from stupid to brilliant. We've seen everything, and there was not a single moment in the whole race where we, as commentators, could sit down and just randomly look around a bit what was going on. Because if you were doing that, you were missing something. I think it is for the spectators also a brilliant race.
Oscar.
Yes.
Oscar.
Hello.
I tried to sum up the race without using the word gnarly.
In the least gnarly way possible. That was not even a race of two halves. Pretty minus, I think it was a lull about 2/3 of the way through. There was constant racing, contact, side by side, taking in positions. You just didn't know who had it, who had the win really in either class until they crossed the line, because anything could have happened. Then there's always that massive throw. You had some great racing from Speedo GT500 early on, with Gravity just going side by side in the oddest of places and making no contact at all, and then other racing that really you'd expect to see on public servers. But all in all, it was a great race to watch, talk about, and hopefully everyone involved enjoyed it, minus those who have been spun around one time too many.
Whew, and Dennis Lind from you as well. You, as a driver and watching the rest of the race in commentary box, I suppose you'll definitely have enjoyed today's racing.
Definitely. I mean, it was very exciting to see the speed differences in, you know, live action, because you don't really get the idea of how much speed difference there is between these two classes. It feels like there's a Formula car passing you when you get passed by a GT500. The first time we got passed by a GT500 come up the back straightaway, I mean, they just passed us like 3 wide and 4 wide, and you know, sometimes I was just almost on the edge of backing off because the GT500 was so close, and you know, you were just kind of waiting for the inevitable moment of somebody crashing, but it never really happened.
Oh, right then, I'm going for a lie down. So from me, Chris Ford, Rudy Van Buren, Oscar Harwick, Dennis Lind, and of course our broadcaster Philip Diaz, and of course Dominic Engel, who couldn't be with us for the racing today, and also from the administration team of SuperGT. Thank you for being with us. What does the next race? Oh my goodness gracious me! What on earth does the final next race at South City Long have in store for us? Will I have a voice left? Will I have a voice left? Probably
Definitely not. It's the same distance, so...
Okay, right, from all of us here, thank you very much, good night, thank you for watching. I don't know what to say, good night!